Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we had planned to carry on with our Night Below campaign, but at the time of recording, it is January 1st on 2021, and it seems that many of our fellow adventurers have taken had a very, very enthusiastic send-off for 2020, and are recovering from same today. So we're down a bunch of people. So what we decided to do is to run something rather than carry on with the campaign shorthanded, with the campaign opening to a very challenging part. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to return to some heroes that we first met on Halloween on 2020, which are some characters generated using a 5th edition hack of the world of 5th edition. Sorry, a hack of 5th edition for playing in the world of the World of Warcraft in Azeroth. So we have. I didn't link it in the description, but this is a second session of this, but we're going to get you caught up for what you missed and who these characters are. But before I get into that, guys, why don't we let me introduce you to who I'm joined by today. So first up, we've got Jeffrey. Who are you playing?
I'm Jeff, and today I'm going to be playing Daywon Lastwalker. He is a Pandaren monk.
Awesome. And next up is Dave, a resident armorsmith.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave. I am going to be playing Valena Stormspear, who is a, what is she, a Night Elf Shadow Priest?
Yes.
Yes, Night Elf Shadow Priest.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is the Petrolio Jefe himself, Jason Hobbs.
I forgot about that. Hey everyone, I am Jason Hobbs, Petrolio Jefe, and I am playing Sovash Skull Striker, an Orcan Elemental Shaman, Loktar.
Exactly. So one of the interesting things between our last session and our current session is that a bunch of us have fallen back into the World of Warcraft habit, and Dave and Hobbs were introduced to Warcraft for the first time, so the players are more familiar with the world now than what they were before. But let's first let's talk about what happened last time. What do you guys remember from last time?
Shit ton of undead.
A shit ton of undead, Dave?
Yeah, that was all I remember at the end. There was a bunch of undead in the hallway.
We were imprisoned, right? All of us for our different reasons.
Yep.
Broke free, and then something is happening where the return, and this must be like the Wrath of the Lich King or in that era or something. So Stormwind is being attacked by a bunch of undead.
Correct. This would be, chronologically, this would be fitting in right before the launch of the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. So this is where the undead have, because of infected food, there are a number of undead that are just rising, and then when people die, they've been rising in Stormwind, and in the that happened to sort of correspond to when our heroes were planning to hatch an escape as well, with the assistance of a hero who isn't here tonight, and that was Charlotte Sherwood. That was the character that George was playing last time. You guys remember?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So where we are right now is you guys have split up, I think. You guys had made the escape. You made your way through the. Let's see here. You made your way through the prison itself, down into the sewers. There was a kind of a secret route to lead out. And I think what we're doing is there's going to be something has happened to split you off from the others, from the other 3 heroes. I think there were, because there was, is it 3 or 2? There was Charlotte Sherwood, played by George, and Tormog Slatehand by Carl. No, John didn't play. We had Carl. 6 at one point, but people had to drop out for it, so we had 5 players for it. But in any event, where we're going to be picking up is with you guys coming in. Let me just mute myself here so I don't hear my own stupid voice coming in the background. You guys faced those Murlocs and that giant Murloc. And then Charlotte said she knew a way out. So let's talk about quickly the characters and what you guys are, what capabilities you have. What are you guys, level 5 or level 4?
4.
4, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I'm 4.
So then, what? Let's see here. So Daiwan, Jeff, I think you're pretty familiar with how the monks work in 5e. He's very much like that, but you got a couple of other where it uses key points as their like class currency, and then they can use that to do different cool things.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Dave, you had as well there was an interesting mechanic where like you had faith points or something like that to do special abilities. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's very similar to the sorcerer points, where you can use them for spell slots, or you can use them for special tweaks to your magic. So.
Yep. Yeah. And then Hobbs, yours was. You're an elemental shaman.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think let's see. What's your class abilities? For those listening at home, we made this decision to play this about half an hour ago. So if it's a little kludged together tonight, you will understand why. Let's see.
Nice.
I mean, I'm just going to keep throwing stuff at you till you die, but I mean, I have full faith that you guys will last.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, you got your elemental. Oh, your totems is the only thing that you need to be aware of right now. I don't think you have any points that you generate. And I had screwed up last time with one of your spells, but I've added it since then. So what we're going to assume, guys, is that you have taken a moment to catch your breath. What you can do is restore all of your hit points, your hit dice, your class points, and whatever stuff that you guys have to draw on. Go ahead and restore all of that stuff to full.
Okay.
It gives you more of a fighting chance. We're also going to use the same rules we used last time for for Astonishing Fortune, where you can spend 1 point of Astonishing Fortune to roll with advantage before you roll. You can spend 2 points to re-roll, and then as you guys do cool role-playing stuff with your characters, we'll give you extra Astonishing Fortune. You'll start with 3, and you can gain up to 3 more over the course of the session. And anyone have any question about their character's abilities or anything like that?
Thought I'd written down some notes about motivations. Just trying to find it.
Yeah, I think. Let's see here. I know that Sovash was arrested in Westfall, and he, for no good reason, and was thrown in prison. Daiwan has been on a mission, mysterious mission for Pandaria, or at the behest of the leaders of Pandaria, and he was imprisoned as well too for vagrancy. I think we set wasn't that the wanted signs is what we put up?
Wanted signs.
I thought we had I gave you guys the prisoner numbers, prisoner rosters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. For it's got to be way back by this point.
10/16/2020.
There you go.
Really just a picture and a short reason why we were arrested.
Yeah. Okay, where was it here? Oh, yeah, right. I posted the photos, didn't I? Yeah. So here we go. So Valanya was prisoner 80084, convicted of conspiracy, seditious evangelizing, and murder. We have Daiwan was convicted of transience, assault, and espionage. And Sovash convicted of trespassing, resisting arrest, and aiding the enemy.
And didn't we get help to escape our cells by one of the guards, or somebody who was pretending to be a guard?
There was a guard.
Double agent?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
for
was
sure that we hooked up with, who gave us some helpful stuff to get out.
Yeah, that was. I think he was going to help break you out because of Charlotte's contact, because Charlotte had a contact with SI7. And Daiwan, you did as well too.
Yeah, there was a double. Yeah.
And then he was
thought
eaten.
one thing, and I thought something else.
Yeah, and then he got eaten by a ghoul.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's the key to yourself. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yeah. I think is this.
I just remember they were in the middle of the hallway, and we were fishing for them with our stuff.
And those keys. That's
Trying to
right.
Get a hold of the.
Yeah. So, where we're picking up. So the heroes are in the midst of the escape. You guys made your way through the tunnels. You encountered the Murlocs that lurk in the sewers, and then I think that's where we left it off, was with Charlotte saying she knows the way out, because there was a moment where she had to decide whether to help you guys escape or to leave you to get lost in the sewers of Stormwind. Now, did we list any backgrounds or anything like that on, not backgrounds, but any of the role-playing stuff on the character sheets? Or are those, oh, those are empty. Okay. Perfect. All right. So then, guys, I got one other thing I can give you. Let me give a handout here. Let's see here. This may spike the frame rate here, so apologies, folks, if, let's see here, 2 things I need to quickly upload here. One of these is, guys, the City of Stormwind map. So you guys would be, particularly Daiwan, you're going to be familiar with this. Valanya, I think you probably would as well. This is the layout of the City of Stormwind. And then I'll give you one more handout, which is the region beyond that. The Elwyn Forest.
This is one of my favorite starting areas. Just going to throw that up there.
Yeah, that's... Okay, and this is the Elwyn Forest
It's
here.
such a video game map. I love it.
Totally, right? Yeah, these are terrific. All right, so guys, where we are going to be starting off here is your escape. You guys were in the stockade, which is right in the middle. Actually, not. Let me just create a new page, and we'll talk about this stuff on that. And nothing. Oop. Or hold up, I can just do this. Let me get rid of this logo here. Boom. Let me bring the City of Stormwind in. Oh, wrong thing. Wrong thing, Kev. Go. All right. So you're going to have a moment to kind of catch your breath and plan how you're going to get out of here. What Charlotte says is that she has a safe house in a region called Westfall, which is, unsurprisingly, to the west of where Stormwind is. Daiwan and Valanya, I think you guys... Well, hold on. Valanya, you're actually from the... You're a night elf, so maybe you don't know this. Why don't you give us an intelligence check? Or if you got history, you can use that. Let's get some dice rolling here.
No, she does not have history.
Okay.
And nothing that I can think of that would give her reason to...
Oh, hey, George, thanks. George Jury is in chat as well, too.
Nice.
Oh. So I think what you know, Valanya, is that there is a region called Westfall that's in the Eastern Kingdoms, but you don't know anything further about it than that. Sovash, I think that you may know that that's the region where you were arrested. But
I also have a wanderer, so I normally know like a lot of things.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, cool. Then yeah, no, so you know where Westfall is as well. The reason I put this map on here is because let me put it to the. Let's see, I put it in the map layer here. Right here, guys.
On some griffins and we'll get going.
This is the stockade here.
Ooh, it's a bad spot.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Yeah, right in the middle there. So you guys have been following the sewers along to get out, and I think what she'll give you is, we'll say, 2 different options for how to get out. these sewers, they can let you up in, let's say, the park, or or Cathedral Square, or the Dwarven District. Really, any of them, I suppose. So where are you thinking of getting out here? Any of the quarters. So the Mage Quarter is set aside for largely like contingents from the Kirin Tor and other, other magical traditions. In Stormwind, Trade District is your general, like, it's the commercial district. Old Town is a mix of commercial and some, like, old money. The Dwarven District has been given over to the dwarves who have helped rebuild the city alongside the Stonemasons Guild. And Cathedral Square is where the Cathedral Light is located, right in the center of like the worship or the Church of the Light. Valania, you're best friends.
Yes.
So, I guess the thing to think of is, where do you, like, the three of you guys are now sort of thrown in together. What's your plan here to escape? Do you want to, like, try and steal a ship or get a boat and then go down the coast? Do you want to make your way into the Elven Forest and try and make your way overland? Sovash seems to know the land quite well.
I say we go to the Mage Quarter and find one of those portals back to wherever it is we want to go. No, I don't know. That's like what I had to do in the...
Yes.
That was bad. So, I mean, what are our characters' goals? I don't know if we know necessarily why our characters are here. Daywan maybe does. Valania,
Well,
do you?
You're here at least the immediate vicinity. You're here because you were in prison.
Right, yeah. But I mean,
Right.
if we're out of prison now we could actually work towards... And maybe we want to find out what's going on with all this undead and everything, too. That could be a part, or is it more of just get out of town if we can?
Well, we don't know how widespread the danger is, right? We only know so far that the prison went haywire and undead were springing up everywhere. But it might be safe to assume that it's more than just a prison, but maybe we need to at least pop our heads up and see if it's safe to go up onto the streets, or...
I think the park would be safest. Less people.
Seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
Do I have some idea where... I guess I stand out everywhere. I was going to say where I don't stand out as much, but...
There's at least two of you who will...
stands out.
There's one person who may turn heads just by virtue of their... Night Elves are not unseen in Stormwind, particularly this late into after the formation of the Alliance, but they're not common by any means. Many of their people live in the far on a far continent. Orcs and Pandaren, on the other hand, they will definitely stand out. Orcs, particularly in light of the fact that the Orcish army is what razed Stormwind to the ground during the First War.
Right.
So, what are you guys thinking? You all have all your spells back as well, too. We'll assume that. And for planning your actions, too, we're going to treat short rests like we do in 4E. So, you get 5 minutes. That's all you need for a short rest. That you can gain your hit points or hit dice and whatever else back, and then carry on. So, what are you guys thinking?
Park.
Not count.
Seems the
Yeah, let's go
quiet.
for the park.
Yeah.
I think the park is a great idea. Well done, Sovash.
Well, we're also coming out of the sewers, so you want somewhere less crowded.
Sure.
Away from the undead.
Okay. So, for, let's see here. Let me grab one thing here, guys. Boom. Yeah, okay.
What is the fabric of the void? There's something that I kept repeating, or she kept referring to in the first session. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Do you mean like an ability, or do you mean just a role-playing thing?
It was a role-playing thing. It was like the Lord of Darkness or something, like something about the void.
Oh, I mean, it could be the Void Lords. They're a shadow, or an element of the shadow. Map backgrounds. Okay. So the park, you got it. Oh, you guys are in trouble now. You mean the Park of Doom.
Indeed.
Death Park.
2021.
Exactly. Welcome to 2021. Let's see here. Are there any abilities that you guys wish to try and activate, or that you would activate before coming out of the sewers?
Oh, God. I feel like he's leading us. This is a leading question, guys. I have dark vision.
Yep.
I don't feel like I need to summon a totem because they stay wherever I am.
Yep. All right. Okay, so here, let's grab your tokens, guys, bring you over, and let's see what you find. What horrors await you. I mean, what adventure and freedom that you'll be tasting quite soon.
Freedom.
Alrighty. Okay. Now, let me just quickly populate something in here. I'm sure it'll be good. For you, I mean. Let's see. Who's the first one up?
Alliiance.
That's a good question.
Are any of you stealthy?
Yeah, I'm a little... maybe a little?
Okay.
Sure. I can do it.
Not in any way.
Not in any way.
Big hulking orc with half plate and chain and a shield and spear.
Oh, sorry, you guys stole some stuff from the armory, right? Or it was your gear, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you guys went to the... whatever it was, the quartermaster, and retrieved all of your gear.
After we threatened to kill the guards.
That sounds about right. All right. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let me bring you over to Yield Park. And here we go. So I'm sorry, the first person up was going to be who?
Day one?
Day one? Okay. Day one, would you give me a stealth check, please?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. So, Day one will be the first one up to see this. So, let me move you over here, guys. Boom. And you guys are all up here. Yeah. Now, we zoom in here. Okay. You poke your head up, Day one, and take a look around and see what you see there. I think feasting on some of the fallen citizens of Stormwind are these horrific creatures.
Oh,
You can hear the crunching of ribs, the smacking of tearing of flesh, and as they're eating away on this, they, in spite of your size, they are completely unaware of you.
I'll relay that down. There's more undead up here.
Okay. Do you remember what your green bar is for?
Let me zoom in. How much is that? 40? Yeah, that's my healing mist.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so what do you guys see? And you can hear, like, as you come out here, this whole park is just it's otherwise this lush and beautifully kept region that it's relatively recently built up, and you can see, like, there's the disturbed scenes of picnics. There's, as you're poking your head up, you can see tendrils of smoke coming up from other regions of the city. You can hear screams and shouts and the explosions of magic from elsewhere in the city. But in the immediate vicinity, there are those ghouls that you can see, or these undead creatures, tearing away at the fallen citizens. What do you say? You can kind of picture that Valanya and Sovash are below, like this, the level. They're still down in the sewer. Daiwan has poked his head up and is looking around.
There's more of these evil undead up there. It's going to be dangerous. We'll have to sneak. Can you do it?
It's not the orcish way to sneak, but I'll do what you need, Pandaren.
Very good.
Do we head for the harbor or a flight master?
Flight master. Where do you keep your giant bats?
Take me to your griffins.
There is, so, like, hold on, that is funny, but there's actually going to be some legitimacy to that, because there would be Griffin cavalry here. Let's just refresh our memory of how. So the way we talked about it before, about interpreting like what's in the game world for what's in our RPG world, is that imagine that the game is a loose extrapolation of it, in the same way that like Call of Duty is an extrapolation of World War II. Like, there's a lot of things that are not able to capture the nuance. It's a lot more restricted. It condenses areas and things like that. So the actual world you guys are in, you can absolutely extract that kind of stuff. Anybody got any? Is it animal handling? Is that or nature? Anyone trained in nature?
Yes.
So Sovash has a way with the elements and with animals. A trained griffin is not necessarily. I mean, they may be trained to attack orcs, but who knows? So this, as crazy as the suggestion may seem, I know Haas meant it as a joke. It's not an illegitimate strategy.
I wasn't joking.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we can do it. It sounds cool.
Yep.
I mean, we're playing this high fantasy game. Let's go.
Yeah.
I am all for it.
Jeff, this is the high-powered fantasy I've wanted. Madison, why don't you deliver this shit more often? So, what do you
Griffins don't like it. I'll intimidate them into it.
Daiwan, you poke your head up, and so what are you guys thinking? Is this the right way to come out? Is it from the sounds of things, Daiwan? It seems like every district is every part of the city is likely to be experiencing something akin to this.
Well, and I think the less people there are in the district, the more likely it is to be safe. So yeah, I do think this is probably the right kind of place to come up.
Okay.
Personally.
Yep. Okay. What are you guys thinking?
Well, there will certainly be fewer guards here too. We know some of the guards were affected as well.
This is true.
So if we did want to steal some griffins, would we know where to go in town? Or if the harbor is to the north, we know that. We're near the harbor.
So let's set it as a history check. And then we'll put the difficulty at, I think 13. And let's see if...
you want one person rolling, or...
I think, well, what I'll do is I'll let you all roll. I'm fine with that. What I will let you guys do, though, is... Valanya is the only one who's not rolling at disadvantage because she's actually from the Alliance. So it's
I mean, I would recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. So I don't know if that means...
Yeah, that's so the general, like knowing where Westfall is, I think, absolutely, but knowing specifically where they'd stable the Griffins, maybe not. Look at that. Valanya knows.
Precisely. You see a high tower.
Yeah. So it's actually in, it is somewhere the quartering of the Griffins, or the stabling, I suppose, of the Griffins. Very close, Sovash. Daiwan, very close as well, too. But Valanya knows where they are. They are in, they're actually located, the barracks, or the stables, and the barracks for the Griffin Riders is located just, like, basically in a part of the walls that surround Stormwind between the Old District, or the Old, is it Old District or Old Quarter? Trade District in the Old
Town.
Quarter. Old Town, thank you. Yeah, Old Town and the Trade District. So, like on, if you look at
The other side of town.
yeah.
But
So,
as you mentioned so much, it's a lot closer to the harbor.
Yeah.
so
Seems the correct way.
I can't say I'm fond of the sea, but so be it.
Even if it's just long enough to get us out of here.
So, what are you guys doing?
Ante one.
Okay.
Okay. So then, what I'd like you guys to do, are you planning on facing these ghouls or trying to face down, trying to avoid the ghouls? I keep saying ghouls, but because I'm a Bush League DM, but they look like ghouls, don't they?
They're whatever you want them to be, Kev. They're ghouls, they're ghouls.
What are you guys thinking?
Speak out of here and head north.
Sneak? Okay.
Head north out of the park. Yeah.
Okay. There are walls separating the district, so they, unless you guys are quite good climbers, you will see difficulty getting over. Like that's part of the design of Stormwind is very much like medieval cities, partly to control if in case of fire, and also partly to control population. So if you have trouble in one district, you seal it off and deal with it. So,
Or so maybe we could go west and get around the wall, or what?
I think with this particular district, from the looks of things, it's probably, you know what, there is one other way, is there's a lovely view from the west end, assuming that the top of the map is the north, there's a lovely view of the harbor that comes in the western edge of the park, and you could climb down. If you've got some way of climbing or drifting down, you could make your way down to the harbor like that. Hopefully you would have enough distraction so people wouldn't see you clambering down, but anyone have any abilities of any kind that might assist in this escape?
I mean, I have stealth, so I could potentially stealth ahead for us and sort of find paths of, least undead.
Nobody else?
Anybody else got anything?
No.
Okay.
Really.
All right. So then, what we'll do, who has the worst stealth check?
I'm sure I do. I have a -1.
You have -1, okay. So then, why don't you... Oh, that's most assuredly the worst. And don't you have disadvantage because of your armor, too?
Oh, I don't know.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I have half plate.
Oh, fuck. Then, yeah. You most definitely do. But what we'll do is we will use Daiwan's score, because I imagine he's got the best, and we'll use it at disadvantage. So that'll reflect the difficulty of having less than sneaky guys. So Daiwan, why don't you give us a roll and let's see how this goes.
He's disadvantaged to stealth. I'd forgotten that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
17 is
nice.
pretty freaking good. All right. So guys, tell me I guess first off, are you going to, so there's 3 options you got then. If you're intending on heading to, you said the harbor, right? Or are you heading to the Griffins?
Yep.
Harbor? Okay. Harbor is, there's that climb down the wall, there's a climb over the wall into that district, or you go out of the park into kind of the, what is it, the more, out of the park and then through Cathedral Square to get to the actual, or to the thoroughfare between Cathedral Square and the park to get down to the harbor.
I say we go for that tower. I always like a good view.
Yeah, I like a good view too.
Okay. So then...
Yeah, like your guardsmen. And there'll certainly be a lot of guardsmen trying to pull up that gate.
Yeah. Okay. So then, you guys make it... So why don't you tell us, Daiwan, or any of you guys can tell us what is it that what you're passing is the same scenes of horror here. But how does Daiwan... What does it look like as he's making his way across this park and trying to avoid this the horrors of the Scourge. I'm assuming he's trying to avoid the troops that are making their way through the park as well, too.
Yeah, I think we're basically trying to be completely unseen. So,
Yeah.
In fact, maybe the strategy he's going with is he's using the skirmishes between the guards and the undead as sort of, loud action points to sort of skirt by them.
Nice.
The clashes are sort of drawing the attention of the people so that we can get by, knowing that, a couple of the people with me aren't the sneakiest. So.
Yeah. Okay. Dave or Hobbs, anything to add for Valanya or Sauvage?
I think Sauvage is certainly... He almost feels pity for Stormwind and its inhabitants, knowing what has happened, and there's no honor in fighting these crazed undead. So he certainly doesn't feel like it's necessary for him to fight them or anything like that. And
okay,
it certainly seems like a horrible thing, whatever the scourge is. So he certainly detests it.
Okay, so you guys are making your way across. Let me see here. Where is it? Here we go. Let's see. Yes. Let me go to the right layer here first. Okay. Okay. So, you've been making your way carefully across here. Closer and closer to the edge here. I want to put you guys on the side here, kind of sneaking along. I'll shift where you are. There you guys are. And you're making your way into this courtyard right here, guys. And let me see what you see. And let me clear this out here. Is one of the same guards. Day one, you're the first one, or day one, you're the first one to see this. And what you see is one of those guards standing over the fallen remains of... Is that going to work? Yep, hold up, guys, sorry. Standing over the fallen remains of 3 other guardsmen. They're wearing the blue. This is not prison uniforms. These are actual, soldiers in the Stormwind army or the Alliance army. So there he is, standing over the 3 fallen bodies of his fellows, and there is a young mother and 2 children that are behind him. And what you can see is these things slowly making their way in. The kids are weeping. The mother's trying to hold their faces against her long dress to keep them off. And you can see from the vicious, there's about 4 bodies of ghouls or the undead that lie around them as well. But I mean, any one of you knows. I think, Valanya, you may be the least experienced in combat, but Daiwan and Sauvage, you know where this goes. Numbers are almost always the determining factor in these things. So, where you need to go is just beyond this region up here. But this is the first time that it catches you that you find the scene before the horror that you've seen. You've passed in the span of the 10 minutes you guys have been making your way across the park. You've passed the aftermath of this kind of thing. But what do you guys wish to do?
Do we help this human? Maybe he can help us get us out of here.
They make a great distraction for us, but no child deserves this end.
The kids are weeping again more. Day one, what do you say?
Let's save them.
Okay, let me get you guys out of here. Then, guys, would you kindly click on your tokens and click on initiative? Let's see how these guys are doing. All right. I even dug out my DM screen, guys. Alrighty. So these things are acting on a 8 to an 18. Okay, let's see here. Turn. Alrighty. Oh, Valania. Not great. Alright, first up, though, is Daiwan. Day one. I keep saying that wrong there, Jeff. Sorry. Day one.
No problem.
What are you doing, Day one?
Let's see, what's my movement?
It's like
Third.
today is 2021 and it's day one.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
I
so
think he's gonna.
I got one more suggestion, guys. What would you think of stealing a page from 4E and allow you to spend 2 points of Astonishing Fortune to take another standard action?
Okay.
See if it can get you to burn through that Astonishing Fortune as fast as possible.
I think that's
Sure.
true.
So you, I guess I'll run. So
Okay.
that's one. I can double move then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and move around the curve
Okay.
to there.
All
As
right.
it brushes around the edge.
So Day one, much faster than you would have expected from his lumbering form. He just goes racing across the cobblestones. You're armed with a staff, is that right? Can't remember what you're actually, if you have any.
He's just unarmed. Is that I had previously?
Okay.
I don't remember if I had a staff. I don't think so.
I think it's just I always picture them with staves because of that cinematic. So,
Yeah.
all right. So the next is unfortunately the things. Having not been alerted to your presence, they sort of charge this guy. And the others just sort of lumber closer menacingly towards the woman and her children. Let's make the attack rolls for these things on this guy. Actually, guys, why don't each of you give me a D20 roll, please? Let's have you attack him.
No!
Oh, nice job, Alanya. All right, so they have... guys, I have great news. You get to roll more dice, because they also have another claw, and they have a bite. So...
Holy.
Yep. Oosh, 19 for so much. All right, so the total is... you're adding plus 4 to each of those. It's like 23, 16, 21, 14, 9 is the lowest. Okay, so...
Plus 3 attacks.
Yeah, 2 claws and a bite. Yep.
Oh, no! That's why I was doing so good. Ugh.
So if you're curious what took them down, I think each of them... Well, the Sauvage also got 2 hits on that. Valanya got 1. Anyone who hit, go ahead and roll 1d... So for yours, Jeff, you did... crits in 5th edition just do double damage, right?
Double dice.
Double dice, okay. So give me a 2d6 plus 4 damage, please. Let's see if this takes this guy down. He's got 11 hit points, so... And
Day1 is now thinking this was a bad idea.
we rewatched Die Hard over the holidays, too. And the quarterback is toast. So... so this guy, his bravery is unfortunately has cost him his life as he's torn to bits by these. Next is Sauvage. What are you doing, Sauvage?
Well, I now realize that character isn't as important as we thought he might have been. No longer a main character of the story, obviously. As they're feasting on him, Sauvage will rush up and throw his spear at one of them. Let me see if I figure out how to throw a spear. One-handed, probably.
Okay. Should be on the attack under your first page there, I think.
Yeah, 24.
24. Did it... There we go. Holy shit, great hit. Yeah, boom. So that hits for...
9
points of damage. And, let's see here. We are going to continue on with our tradition of rolling hit points, though, just because...
That's
Sorry,
the way to
Kevin.
do it.
I thought I could queue up my spell, but it went straight to.
Isn't it rolling? Well, at least we're... Okay, so... Alrighty. Then, let me create one of these guys here. Okay, you guys can see... Oh, wait. Bottom overlapping. You guys can see the bar, but cannot see the numbers. Is that right?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this thing sinks into this thing's corpse. And it turns towards you. You have a bonus action if you want to do anything. Nada?
I don't think so.
Okay, Valania, you're up. What are you doing?
She was going to Sacred Flame anything that was hurt, but so maybe the one that.
Sure. So what does
it
look like as she's manifesting her sacred flame? Recognizing that she is a shadow priest.
Yeah, I think in the past that magic had been like an amber colored and kind of more towards the light. But since she's become a shadow priest, it's kind of turned to this like sickly purple.
Nice. It flashes on this thing, and it actually flares with more light than you would have expected. Vibrant kind of purple color as it burns through the open wound. Daiwan, you're up next.
Okay. Well, let's rush this guy. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Ah!
Okay.
And I don't know that I have any particular great.
Don't you have like flurry of blows and?
Yeah, I just mean like particular against undead.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So I will, flurry of blows.
Okay.
So.
Whew, solid hit.
And then the second one. Ugh. Not so great. Not so solid.
Second one actually still hits.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And that is 11 damage. Okay. So it's actually quite a good hit. You hit this thing, and it's the bones have not desiccated so much that they're breaking like old, like that you'd expect, like old chicken bones or something to break under light pressure. And in fact, while the corruption is run right through this corpse, and it's some kind of unholy energy that's animating it, you know just your correct placement of blows shatter some of the vital structural parts of this, leaving it nearly fallen. Next up is the creatures. So we have first the one engaged with Daiwan. It gets one hit on you. I get your name right for the first time, and I actually hit you. There you go. 7 points of damage. As one of the claws hits you. And then it tries to bite. That is a miss. What is your AC anyway? I've been rolling terrible, so I haven't bothered to ask, but...
16.
Okay. And then the 3 that are on top of the body, they're going to keep feasting hungrily on its bodies. These 2... Oh boy. One is going to run towards... I think the... Hobbs, give me a D20 roll, will you? And see if it makes a successful will save. Or wisdom save here. Yep. It goes running over for hunger and is feasting on his remains. Dave, would you give me a D20 roll? See if the other one can resist feasting or not. Yes, it can. It's going for the woman and her children. So it runs forward and it's going to try and grab her and pull her off. 3 will not do it. So it's trying to get at her, and she sort of like got the kids and is staggering back into that hedge. Her hair and her dress is getting caught and pulled back on it, but she is managing to keep her distance from that thing. That's all of them. Next up is Sovash. What are you doing?
So Sovash is gonna move forward again.
Yep.
And arcs of lightning flash out.
Nice.
A lightning blast. Ooh, a 20.
Ooh. Okay.
5 points of damage.
So
Nice roll.
Nice. Okay, against which one? The one that was chasing?
Yeah, the one over here, I think.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to give you guys 1 point of astonishing fortune for jumping into this situation as well, too. That's either very day one or Sovash kind of thing to do. Okay.
So we're 4 of 4.
4 out of 4 right now. Yep, you guys haven't spent anything yet. So, and then you have 5 points of damage. Okay. So you scorch this thing. It hungrily turns towards you. And then it is Valanya. What are you doing?
3 tries to spell astonishing fortune.
It's
Abbreviations would have really been easy, but Kev kibosh those.
okay.
So actually, she needs to move up. She's too far. So there.
Okay.
And
What do you got in mind here, Valanya?
I think she will sacred flame the. She'll sacred flame the first one that she had
Okay.
struck before.
Go right
Actually,
ahead.
no. It's unerring, so she'll sacred flame the one that's fighting day one.
Okay, nice. Go ahead and roll the damage. I'll roll for a save. I think I... No, I failed the save.
Themselves.
Yeah. So, okay, great. So, once again, day one, you see that the same energy that you saw flare on one flares up in yours as well, too, nearly reducing it to back to the corpse from which it came. Is that it for you, Valanya?
Yep.
Okay. Day one, what are you doing?
Try and finish this guy off.
Okay.
First step. Oh,
That
10
one,
is so low.
not quite good enough.
Then I will must use my flurry. Oh, it's just gone downhill.
You do have 4 points of astonishing fortune. You can spend 2 to re-roll, if you like.
Yeah.
Save the woman.
guess-
Save the woman.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Go. Oh,
that's
solid.
Better.
So yeah, after that light flares up, it kind of rears back. You spin, hit it with the side kick, poof, and it shatters. And you are free to do your move or your bonus. Or is flurry your bonus?
Flurry, I believe, is a bonus action.
Use your bonus action? Okay. So go right ahead. And then it'll be these things.
What?
You
That
can,
was.
that was only your attack. You can still move.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll step forward.
Okay. It's still closer to the woman than you, though. The woman and her kid would be about here.
Oh, they're there. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Like
sorry.
it's adjacent to them right now.
Yeah, I'll move right there then.
That's what I figured. Okay, cool. All right, then you move in. Next up is these creatures. So, let's see how hungry these things are. I'm going to make a hunger save here. 1, 2, fails, 2 successes. All right. Then, let's see who's more interesting here. Sovash, you hit them with lightning. So I think it's actually, I'll do this. Yeah, one's going to go after Daiwan, and one's going to go after Sovash. So, Sovash, you are These things have a move of 6 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other is just going to move into a flanking position. No, it won't. Just turn around and try and get you, day one. So I got 1 on day 1. You're 60. Ooh, 1 hit. Day 1, you take 4 points of damage as one of those hungry claws grabs at you instead of the woman. Oh, and a bite hit 2. Oh, mama. That is 5 points of damage. And I need you to give me a fort save, please. A fort save, what am I talking about? Constitution save. It's 5th edition.
I got what?
One character.
Yeah. Then I've got on Sauvage. What's your AC, Sauvage?
My AC is pretty good. 16.
roll against pretty good AC.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Save some.
It says PDG here. So let's see here.
That's right.
You said 16?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
save throw, Kev?
So it was a Constitution save, please.
Oh, Constitution.
Yep. All of those. So it comes in on rushing in on you, Sauvage, but the claws hit up against armor and do not pierce. The bite goes down on one of your gauntlets and you yank it free. You are uninjured by its assault. A 6. All right.
It's gonna be short.
Oh boy! So you stagger back and you can feel woozy. Day 1.
Can you
You
can
are.
you use Astonishing Fortune to re-roll that?
Of course you can. Yeah, absolutely. Remember, you can spend 1 point of Astonishing Fortune to have advantage before you roll.
Oh.
I know that's helpful information now.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go.
So you were going to be poisoned
I mean, if I do it, we're out of Astonishing Fortune already. I guess I could try.
until you get role-playing bonuses.
Right. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll try and re-roll it.
Okay. Here we
A
go.
6 is terrible.
Yeah, so you get the...
Holy roll 20. Like, unbelievable today.
Roll 20.
Wow.
If Astonishing Fortune were marbles, roll 20 is Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Honestly,
Sheepers.
all right.
All right, so you're woozy, and you're going to be suffering disadvantage on everything right now, day 1. Because of the poison, until you deal with the poison. That is it for them, though. Sauvage, you got this ghoul in your grill. What are you doing?
So I am going to whack this dude with my mace.
Hold on. I actually have advantage on saving throws against poison.
Ooh, so you put those 2 back. That would have been a successful save then.
And I have, resistance to poison damage. I just noticed this.
Okay.
As I was reading to see what I could do about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Nice.
Dang.
So instead, the what is it? Your purified body, the sort of oneness with.
Body, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it would, you could sense there was corruption, but your key is strong and fights it off. I'm sorry, Sauvage, it was your turn. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I am going to. Well, this is the guy that has my spear in him, right?
It does. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll grab my spear, rip it out of him, and stab it into him again.
Sounds good. So bonus action to yank the spear out and then go ahead, make your attack roll.
11 missed, I think.
11 is a miss, unfortunately. Not by much though. Okay, so you're trying to get at this thing, but it's all over you. This thing has seemingly no concern for its own safety. Valania, what are you doing?
We're gonna move in Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
The one that's fighting Sauvage.
Okay.
And I'm going to remember this skill here. So I'm going to use the Legacy of the Void. I'm going to draw on the power of the Void to do an extra damage. So 2 extra points of damage, psychic damage.
Now, when do you decide that? Because I'm wondering if it's after, because there is a save involved. You may want to consider whether it makes it save or not. On a Sacred Flame, does it take no damage on a save or half damage? I think it's no damage with the cantrips, right?
Let me go to the cantrip and I'll pull it up.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, great. Yeah, so no damage on a save. So unfortunately, this is actually, keep that ability because there's no damage from this.
Okay, so basically dodges it.
Yeah, the tendrils of purple power that come out from you, and as your eyes are flaring with energy, it misses it in the furious melee that it finds itself locked in with our orcish hero.
Okay.
Next, do you have a bonus you want to do or anything else?
No, that'll be it for this time.
Day one. What are you doing? Got 2 ghouls on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my soothing mist
Okay.
and replenish myself.
Is that a bonus or is that a standard?
It is my standard action, but because I have G Cheese Palm, when I use my soothing mist, I can make 1 unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Fantastic.
And I use my wisdom. I can use my wisdom modifier, but I believe that's the same as my dexterity.
Yeah.
So I will make the 1 attack.
So what does it look like as you activate your, the mists?
Like a pouring of mist comes out and sort of surrounds him. This green mist, and
You're restored.
soothes him. Yeah.
That's a solid hit too.
And so does that hit, and he restores. I'll do all 16. So I'm back to 7.
Incredible. All right. Then the creatures. So let's see here. We got 2 that are still... 2 that are still eating. Let's see if they're going to continue. Yep, both of them are fully... What is... Oh, okay. All right. Boom.
What is going on?
Quick reminder that, the chat is a place where you are welcome. If you're not being an ass, if you're being an ass to either yourself or to other people in chat, you're going to be invited to leave. So,
Sorry, Clayton Crawford. We appreciate you hanging out with the trolls, taking care of the bridge. But
yeah, for those who are in chat, my apologies for...
Everyone's cheering now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
Hey,
sorry, guys. That's the first time we've had to do that, so my
C. Evans
apologies.
is in the chat today. Hey, C. Evans.
Yeah, for everybody else who's in chat today, hi, guys. Thanks. Sorry about that. I should have caught that earlier. Thank you, Hobbs, for letting me know. So then, let's see here. Next up is these things. Right. So the 2 of them that were on the fallen guy, they're still eating away on them. Daiwan, I've got some on you. 1 tags you with a claw. You take 5 points of damage. The other one, likewise a claw. You take 4 points of damage. And Sovash. Oh boy. You're 16. I only hit you with 1. And it is a claw. So you take 6 points of damage from that.
Better check yourself, mister.
All right.
Sovash, do you need aid?
No.
So then, these things are still, again, like driven by a primal hunger and fury, and that's really it. Next up is Sovash. What are you doing, Sovash?
Wipes off the blood.
Mind your own business, Valania.
Just attacking him.
Okay.
Oh, that's a hit.
That's a hit, absolutely.
Yeah,
all right.
I think I got it.
You skewer through any mortal man. This would have been down, but unfortunately that was not sufficient. You still have a bonus or a move. Anything?
I'm wrestling with this ghoul here. It's kind of annoying me.
Okay. Valanya, you're up next. What are you doing?
Okay, so she's going to cast a spell at the one is right there.
Yep.
The one that's kind of attacking Day One from the back.
Yep, yep.
And I think I'm in range now. If not, I have to move a couple feet.
Let's see.
Yep, I'm in range.
Okay, nice.
Uh,
All right.
I'm dead.
Yep. Okay. Oh, man. So saving throw. It's a wisdom save. Okay. Failed.
Okay.
Awesome. So this thing is locked in place. Let me put a net on it. So what does it look like, Dave? What do you think Valania's Shackle Undead ability looks like?
Inspired by a certain cinematic that I've seen a couple of times. These chains come up out of the ground and attach to its like arms and in the front of it, in the chest, and in the back, and it just kind of like scrambles around.
Okay. It's held in place. Anything else, Valania?
Nope. She is going to move to the square.
Okay. And Day One, what are you doing? The mist's clear around you. What would you like to do next?
I'm going to try and beat this guy into submission.
Okay.
We'll use another key.
Go.
Make an attack.
First one is a solid hit. The second is a miss. Now, because if you spend a key point, doesn't mean you still have one more attack?
Yeah, I did check that. That's 3. There we go.
Okay.
Third attack.
Okay. What does it look like as you bring this thing down?
I think he just brings this big, powerful leg and sort of, the big sweeping leg kick, and comes through and mushes him.
Nice. Poof. So it knocks it off balance with one of your paws, and you spin around and knock this thing to the ground, and it collapses in a disgusting heap. Next is these things. So one is trapped, one is engaged with Sovash. See if these others can resist their hunger. Oh, they both do. Alrighty, so one of them, let's see here. Tasty, Valania, and Daiwan. Each of you give me a d20 roll, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
I did decide whoever was highest is what they were going to go for. So, Valania, they're going to race over towards you. First against Sobash. One on you. Oof. That is one hit. Another 4 points of damage on you. And then, Valania, these things are trying to drag you down. Oh, we got a hit with both a bite and a claw. 4 points of damage from the claw. And that bite is... whoopsies, shit. 5... 6, 7 points of damage from the bite, and I need a Constitution save from you, please. Wait, did you just die altogether?
I tried to type -11 and it didn't take my numbers. My numlock is off. Okay, there we go.
There you go. So these race over on you, and they're trying to drag you to the ground. Go ahead and give us a Constitution save. Ooh, now you don't have anything that affects your Constitution, does it?
No.
Okay. So you are, well, you do have the 2 points of Astonishing Fortune. Yeah, you could re-roll that. Now,
I don't know.
If you had rolled
the last time a player rolled a 6 on a con save and used 2 points of Astonishing Fortune, we re-rolled a 6. What do you think the chances of Roll20 doing that to us a second time?
Pretty good.
Impossible.
All right.
Ow.
You spend it?
No.
Nope. Okay. So, Valana,
God.
you feel sickened as something from that bite is spreading through you. You can see there's disgusting from where the bite landed on your arm. There's like tendrils of blackened kind of I guess, almost like crystalline lattice work that's making its way through your veins, necrotizing them. And you are currently poisoned. Now,
Okay.
Sovash, what do you got in mind? You see Valania's about to be overwhelmed by these ghouls.
She says, "Keep your distance."
Oh, and had a save from that, the one that was shackled. Failed. Still shackled.
It seems you need aid, little friend.
All right, so he's going to use a bonus action to put lightning shield on Valania.
Okay.
So you get a bonus AC, and if anyone hits you, they take a negative, or they take D4 points of damage.
Nice.
And then he's going to finish this guy off
Okay.
with his with a spear.
Yes, he does. All right. You could move as well, too, if you like.
I'll step up to here.
Okay. Nice.
Maybe I'll just join her. I'll join her with the lightning flashing off of her, matching the sparking eyes in Sovash's pupils.
She did just warn you to keep your distance, though.
Yeah, but I thought you meant keep your distance from the dudes.
Fantastic. All right, Valania, what are you doing?
She's like, "Oh, you want to bite? You are hungry? Welcome to the arms of Hadar, the dark hunger." And she releases her spell.
Nice. So what does Hunger of Hadar do? Yeah, she suddenly sounds a lot scarier. Dave, you know what? We'll give you a point of astonishing fortune for that.
Sweet.
Your void for if it made you cough, I sympathize with that.
my throat's all raw.
Yeah.
Okay, so DC 14 strength save. They're being attacked
Could you-
by necro.
Could you click on the spell? Dave, click on
What's
click on the full spell as well too. Let's just take a look and see what it does.
You want to see the description? Okay.
Yeah, awesome, thanks. Ooh.
So, dark tendrils of power come writhing up from around her. Everything within 10 feet is attacked by arms
God.
of Hadar.
And these would be like full-on tentacles in WoW. All right. Nice. Sovash barely made it.
And she's
Hey,
going to use
yeah, I
the
don't know about
Legacy
that.
of the Void for additional +2 psychic damage.
Oh shit, you still take half damage. So the damage was 5.
When I failed save, I take 2d6.
The damage is 7 because I cast it as a level 2 spell.
Oh.
7 as a level 2 spell +2 for the Void.
So then you take 3 points of damage, Sovash. And then these things. I'll make saves for them. Failed and succeeded. We get hit points, and they take 7 points of damage. Okay.
9.
Let's see.
You take
here.
9 points of damage total.
Oh, no, what's the extra 2 from?
The Legacy of the Void. I'm just going to roll my wisdom save.
Oh, nice. 12, 13, 14,
I made it, so I don't trigger. I can still call on the Void.
Okay. So this should be that. And this one was a success, so it should be...
Can you use your faith points at any time, Kev? Because it says you like power word death allows you to re-roll. So I'm assuming you do that after a roll.
Oh, yeah, re-roll would mean that it's after a roll.
Okay, then I'm also going to use a faith point to re-roll that 1 point of damage from the 1d6.
Okay.
Sorry, Hog.
I don't think you are.
So it's 11 points of damage.
Okay.
If you failed your save, half if you made it.
Awesome. Alrighty. So there it is. Okay. Then it is, let's see here. Okay, so I think that's the end of Valania's turn. Sovash, Valania clearly has hidden depths to her. Day one, you've just seen this happen.
I'll heed your warning next time, little one.
Day one, what do you got in mind?
Well, I want to try and finish this one off in front of me.
The one in front of you seems to be
Oh, held.
held in some kind of magical stasis.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can make it over there then.
Okay.
So,
I'll
Kevin,
move here.
that's a concentration spell. Does it disappear when I cast my new spell?
No, unless it's a concentration spell. You either are concentrating on something. You can only concentrate on one thing. Shackle.
Yeah, so I had to let it go in order to cast the second.
Wait,
level
where does it say that it's concentration?
Shackle undead?
Yeah, casting time.
Oh, so it's not a concentration spell. Okay.
I don't think so. No. Yeah, your
So
lightning
it's there
shield
until
is
it makes it save.
yeah, lightning shield is concentration. Okay. And you have advantage now because Valania is flanking.
Oh, nice.
So that's solid hit on this one.
Crack.
Do you have a second attack as well too, or?
I'm gonna save some of my key points.
Now, how does your flurry of blows work then? Do you is it just you spend a bonus?
No, you have to spend a key point.
But don't you get hold on because there's key points allow you to do extra things, but I thought you could always do as a bonus action an extra unarmed attack.
Well, it says here.
Let's see here.
She moves.
So martial arts.
Oh, maybe that's just Fists of Fury.
Yeah, when you use an attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. That's just part of your martial arts.
Oh, okay. All right. So right, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But the
So
thing
you
is,
get the
with
second one for free.
Yep.
flurry of blows just adds it replaces the 1 with 2, essentially.
The Fists of Fury. When I spend the key point right, then I do 3 instead of 2.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
So you go tumbling forward, and 2 of them. Yeah, you're doing a hammering on this thing on the far side. It's spinning around. Let's see. Will it get? Yeah, you did more damage to it than. Well, I don't know. Let's see here. Hunger of Hadar. Does it do anything else? Failed save. Can't take reactions until its next turn. Okay. All right. So that's it for you, Daibon. Then it is the critters. Let's see if we can. Still failed save. The shackled one is still held firm. The one in front of Sauvage. Nat 20.
That's a miss.
Claw. Yeah. Ooh, so this is 12 points of damage as one of its claws just sinks in behind your, the plating in your side, and pulls along on your ribs trying to get them out. Its bite misses. Holy Andy, Sauvage is looking pretty banged up. The one in front of Valania, I'm going to roll evens. It'll attack Valania. Odds, it'll attack Daiwan. Evens, Valania again. So it's nat 1 and a 7 will not do it, and neither will... Is your AC 14 or less?
Well, my AC is 11.
Ooh.
Well, it's a 12 with that spell.
Oh, 12 with a spell, right. Okay, so actually roll 1d4 for me, Dave. It takes damage as it touches you. Awesome.
Whoa.
So, pretty
So
good
that's
trade.
power.
You take 3 points of damage, it takes 4. Then it is Sauvage's turn. Sauvage, that hurt. What are you doing?
Yeah, I feel like I am hurt. I'm trying to figure out if I have a concentration spell, I can't cast another concentration spell, but I can cast other spells.
Yeah, absolutely. Concentration doesn't take up any of your actual actions in 5e. It just means you can only concentrate on one spell. And if you're hit by something... Oh, you did remind me of that, though. Hold on.
With a DC concentration check if you get hit.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's half the damage you took.
Oh, or 10.
Let's see here. Concentration. If you took damage 10, DC is 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. You took 12, which would be 6, so 10. So give us a DC 10 Constitution saving throw to maintain the concentration on the spell.
Oh, almost.
Oh, you try to keep it on, and then those motes of lightning that are swirling around Valania dissipate and disappear. Sauvage, what are you doing on your turn?
I'm trying to figure out what is it's a bonus action to create a totem, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
So I'll throw down a tranquil mind totem.
Ooh, very cool.
I'd done that before, and we
Yep.
would have had. I would have had an advantage on that check.
Oh, on the the concentration
check.
You would have thrown the totem down before, you mean?
Yeah, if I would have done it before, because that's what the totem gives me when I activate it.
Yeah, and I mean, your character would know what you, the player, would not. So, and you have had bonus actions where you've done nothing. So, you certainly would have had time to, call, and the symbol of the primal elements raises up from the ground. Let's see here. I'm just double checking here. I'm sorry, something that gives you advantage on con saves?
Yep.
Cool. Very cool.
On concentration con saves.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Some kind DM put all the information of your spell in there, typing into the wee hours of the morning. So,
No kidding.
all right.
You're welcome, Holmes.
I also may have cut and pasted from the PDF, so, maybe not as hard as I thought.
Still good.
So pretty
Still
good.
takes time.
Absolutely.
What, can I disengage, or I don't remember what the rule is for that.
So, I think you can use your action, so you can use your move to instead take a step, a 5-foot step.
But if I move out of space, will they automatically get attacks?
As long as you're only moving one square, I think you're fine. If I remember correctly. I may not.
I think I was going to stab with my spear first and then do it, or if afterwards, if I can, I don't know.
So disengage is you take disengage action is an action, and it means that your move doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity. However,
that's the whole.
With the way that these things are distracted by the arms of Hadar, you would be mindful that they probably can't see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's so. Yeah, I'm just gonna step back and then I will. I'll blast one here with lightning.
Okay. So the one in front of you. It gets a nasty hit on you. You stand back, and in almost your orcish fury overtaking you, lightning is coming out of your eyes, grounding into these cobblestones around you, and this huge bolt of lightning just blows through this thing.
I really want to splatter a day one with bloody gore.
He's little Chorkskin. That shit
Sizzling. Bloody glory.
It does not come out of fur easily. Alrighty, so much. I believe. Are you done then?
Yeah. And I put the totem somewhere. Just assume that it's
yeah,
there
sure. You can draw a little symbol somewhere. You can use a draw an object if you like.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell me where it's within 15 feet of you. Valania, you're up next.
She looks at the one that's squirming in front of her that's hit her, and she unleashes a mind blast.
Nice. Ooh, psychic damage though. Hold on. Nope, this one does have enough lingering. Take wisdom saving throw or take 3 psychic damage. Okay. Failed the wisdom save. What you see, if you had I think Valania, you probably see this because you've got a mind in the other world. Is when you hit this thing. There is basically you can see the animating spirit driven out of it through the force of your mind, and the body just falls down in a heap. All right.
Psychic damage is very strong against them, although that lightning was also well.
Yeah. Daiwan is picking stuff out of his fur. Yeah, tell me about it. Daiwan, speaking of which, what are you doing?
Barbecued corpse all over his body.
Well, I guess I'll move over and just finish this thing off. This broken.
You have advantage on all attack rolls against this round. It is held firm in place. What would you like to do?
Just whatever coup de grace or whatever it's called, right?
Okay. Oh no, you can't. It's not so helpless.
Oh, I see. Okay, well then I'll just use my flurries on it.
There are, when you've seen devotees of the light back in Pandaria who have, it's rare to come across undead, but when they are shackled, damaging it is enough to, like, it's a tenuous connection to hold them in place, and if you hit them or interact with them, it may shake them free. Well, thank God for that advantage. 5, 12. Turns out you do coup de grace. So, what does it look like as you run up to this thing?
I think he just like, you know, because he's got the view of it, he basically like surgical blows on it and just mashes it to bits, essentially.
Okay. And as this thing is released from the bonds that Valania has trapped it in, it just falls down in a heap. Again, it's animating force driven from its rotted vessel. So, with this down, you know, Sauvage kind of slumps forward. And Valania actually is a little hurt as well. The kids and the woman are kind of, they're not quite sure what to make of you guys. They look over at Valania, but I mean, after that, you know, the manifestation of all those crazy tentacles and stuff, I think that it's obvious to them that she is not a priestess of the light. So, Daiwan, you look over and you can see that she's still kind of like, no, please, please, no.
Oh, right.
Do they look hurt?
You cannot see. The mother's dress is a little torn and tattered, but it's not clear, unless you get closer and take a look, it's not clear whether she's actually been affected or hit by this thing.
Yeah, I'll move a little closer.
You can see Valania also is a little woozy and seems affected by something.
Valania goes to there, and then...
Can I use my mist outside of combat? Probably, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Everybody within 30 feet of Valania gets 15 points of healing.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow. And I use 5 points of my mist as I cover you in the mist, and it heals you from the poison.
Awesome. So, so much, you get 15 back. Valania gets another, what's that, 23, I guess? No, he said 5 points, so 20 points back.
I was just reading my healing.
Her max.
We are all healers.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's 5e. Everyone can do everything. Come on.
So Valania, if you're getting 15 back, yeah, so that puts you at full. So day one, you actually wouldn't have needed to heal Valania at all. She would have been restored by that flash of light. Sauvage has not been restored.
To cure the poison.
Yeah, I think you want to cure the poison.
Oh, that's how you did that. I'm sorry. Oh, that's super cool. So,
yeah.
What do we see as you drive this corruption? Remember, we described it as it's moving through her arm and up down into her body.
I think it's just, again, it's the mist. He sort of pours out of them and flows all over Valania, and maybe this sort of, you can almost see it pulling the poison out.
Cool, very cool. Okay.
Like out of the wound?
Out of view, yeah.
So, what do you guys do with this woman?
Well, if she was within 30 feet, she also would have been healed.
Okay, awesome. So there's this flash of power out, and she sort of she stops, and it seems as if she's trying to puzzle out what's going on here.
I think there's two types of magic that I use. So the healing and the radiant damage and stuff like that would still kind of be amber, and it would be like a kind of a glowing gentleness.
Yeah.
But then when I use the dark magic and the void and stuff, it's more purple and violent.
Okay.
So it's kind of weird to get this two different flays of magic from the same character.
Yeah, sure. So she looks over and kind of, you know, are you from the church?
I'm not from this church, but I do have some ability to help. You must flee this area. It seems the whole city has been enraptured by some strange magic, drawing the dead from the ground.
She kind of staggers out something about like her husband, my husband. and kind of leaves it, at that. The kids are staring over at the enormous panda man.
Welcome to the zoo, and
I fear their fates are sealed if they leave us.
Are you a prisoner? She says to Valanya. What is this thing? What's that monster here for?
we're not prisoners. We're emissaries. We're trying to get somewhere important when we were waylaid by these creatures. You can trust us. It's okay.
She Oh, give us a diplomacy. Yeah, please.
I think that's more deception, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it depends on what your intent are. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'm totally lying through my teeth right now.
Go ahead, make a deception. 23. Yeah, she's... Oh, thank God. Thank God. Or thank the light. And she... So she and her two kids come forward as well, too. And she says, children, they're here. They're here to keep us safe.
Yeah, we're emissaries from other lands. Come to visit Stormwind, and this erupted, so we will try to get you out.
Good. And she kind of... The kids seem... oddly seem to be set at ease, with their mother now seemingly less frantic. And you can still hear the sound of horrors happening all around you guys. Just further north here, beyond this hedge, to the north, that's sort of where the drop off is. This is the looking spot, or the lookout, to look down at the docks. So what would you guys like to do? I can actually move us over to the map, maybe. It might be... Boom. Here, this will be helpful. Now, first thing is, you guys will have, if you wish to take just 5 minutes to kind of, treat your wounds or whatever, and catch your breath, you can treat it as a short rest. So you can restore whatever of your resources come back on a short rest. I can't remember if do key points come back on a short rest? Or is it a long?
I kind of don't think so, but
Here, let me take a look.
Honestly, I'm not 100% on
Sure.
that one.
I've got your... the rules. Oh, someone had asked about the rules as well, too. So, guys, for those listening at home, we actually have this linked in the Discord. There's a fan creation that exists here, the Warcraft Heroes Handbook, that creates or converts over the stuff from Warcraft, including a lot of spells, into 5th edition rules. So you got each of these classes that we're playing tonight, and the races for that matter, are all from that source book. I liked it enough to get a printed version, because it was a lot of fun last time we played this. Even if I didn't kill you. Here we go.
Well, if we keep surviving, you'll just have to keep trying. More
exactly. Someone said something about a fang dragon in chat. Yeah. Nice. Exactly. Okay. Yes. Someone said coup de grace by any other name. You know it.
So does the healing kit allow you to make a healing potion? Is it something you can do quickly, or is it a long-term thing?
I don't think so. I think it's healing kit is... Let's see what...
herbalism. Sorry, herbalism kit.
Oh, the herbalism kit. No, I don't. Not as a quick thing. You need some kind of...
Are you taking an alchemy profession there, Hobbs?
Maybe. Herbalism and alchemy. They're a good mix. Synchronicity there, sir.
Absolutely. See, look at that. Only a couple of months with the actual World of Warcraft game, and you guys know all about min-maxing now. So, great stuff.
I think that's because Dave was already a min-maxing munchkin. Not me, of course. Look at him.
I look like a Pathfinder player? I'm not a Pathfinder player.
Oh boy. I'm gonna spend a hit die and a short rest here.
Sounds good.
Oh god.
Spend another one.
Yeesh. Yeah, that wasn't terrific.
Oh, now I won. Nice.
But
that's what happens when you taunt the hit dice so they get angry.
Yeah, those sons of biscuits.
Mm-hmm. Most assuredly. Okay, let's see here.
These wounds are festering.
They really are. All right, herbalism kit.
Valania gives you 6 points of healing back. Gentle amber glow, because you don't seem to be doing so well.
So you can do things like augmenting healing or medicine with use of medicinal plants, identify plants in the wild, identify poison, identify potions as well. So there's a lot of different things. It does not allow you to craft a quickly thrown together alchemy or like a healing potion or something like that.
Okay.
And Jeffrey, your key points come back. Short rest.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so, and again, for those who may have joined us late too, we're treating short rest the way you do in 5e or 4e, where it's going to be 5 minutes instead of an hour, which fits a little more like the sort of tempo of Warcraft or the Warcraft setting.
What about the faith points, Kev? Are they similar to key points? Do they come back in?
Let's take a look here. It is, so I'm looking at the PDF 4, or the printed version, I guess. So faith points they're called?
What are you?
Long rest. Long rest for faith points.
Ah, that was fast.
I had it on the page anyway, so. All right, so then, guys, I got us back to the map here, so we can take a look at Stormwind. Now, you guys are picturing you're up here on the overhang looking down. There's the massive towers on one side. There is the huge, row of docks of commercial and military ships that are all anchored in there. Visitors from all across the known world, sailors from Kultiris. But it is absolute chaos down there. It's clear that in comparison to how bad things were in the park, down there it's like an invading army. And
Shoot.
I think, let's see here. Let's see. Why don't you guys each give a perception check? Let's just see how much detail I can go into here. Nice, 16. Okay.
Ooh.
So, let me think. I'll give each Sovash and Valania something useful. So one of the things, Valania, you can see that there are things climbing out of the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
Points that
There-
climbing out of the wall.
Yeah, there's also, let me see if I've got this labeled correctly here. Because you can see something soaring and screeching. Oh, I do. Nice one. Overhead. And this is seemingly coming from the water as well, too. And they seem to be flying in formation as if driven by some unholy will.
Oh.
They are a little larger than man, too. They stand probably about 7, almost 8 feet tall.
Have we ever seen anything like this before, or know what they are?
So at this point in history, what I'll let you guys do is you can use religion or you can use arcana. Give me a roll. Let's see how much you know. Okay, yeah, this is a form of undead that like the way that oh yeah, Valania, holy smokes. So the way things work in kind of Warcraft, the way I'm interpreting the same kinds of undead sort of showing up is that there are in the same way that like elementals have binding cuffs on them and so forth. When you call forth a dark spirit from another place, it ends up manifesting in some kind of common form. And in this case, these are you can call them different things. The names that I think Valania would know them by is gargoyles. And what else have you seen? I think then also, Sovash, I mean, your mind is more towards the defenses, the Alliance, because you're mindful that any one of these things may see you as a foe. The Alliance seems fully occupied if you guys try and do any kind of like deception or sneaking or whatnot, you're going to get advantage on it. Because of the situation, it's such a gong show down there. Now, however, you are the living as opposed to the very, very large packs of dead that are there. You would guess that the Alliance is holding its own, though. It's definitely a tough struggle here, but the Alliance troops are holding the harbor against whatever is coming out of there.
Which kind of makes sense because it's got more of a military. The military parts of the city are probably going to be a little bit easier to defend as opposed to parks and sewers.
Well, and this is the harbor more so than almost apart from like the main gates. It is designed to repel an invasion. So, what are you guys thinking? There's, like I said, a wide variety now. Does anybody have the tool proficiency for waterborne vehicles? Anyone know how to sail a ship?
While you're asking that, I wanted to ask the guard who was killed, was that her husband? Is that what she was intimating, or no?
No. He seemed to be just a part of the guards that were deployed in response to this spreading infection. What she tells you is that, like, this seems to have they've attacked the park. What Valania can get out of her, she rolled incredibly well. So this lady, any questions you have for her, she's going to be happy to answer it. And because you rolled so well, she's probably going to be someone of influence. So she may be able to offer you a little more than, say, like a shopkeeper's wife would be able to offer you.
So I kind of picture us like we're standing, there's a scene of us all at this big lookout looking over with the women behind us, and we're all kind of looking down, grim and kind of glancing, wondering if our plan is the best one without anyone actually saying it right now.
Now, what I will say is that, so the... if you're intending, depending on the kind of boat you're trying to steal, if you just want to grab like a rowboat and get out, you guys don't need proficiency in order to make use of that. Sailed vessels, I would want you to have proficiency because I'm thinking of myself, like I would not know how to do that properly, because I don't have any training in it myself. And I imagine that I can't really get the sailed, I could maybe get it to furl with a lot of huffing and like a lot of false starts, but I wouldn't be able to control it or... I
don't think that there's like a skill in 5e for that though. Is the problem?
There is for proficiencies. The tool proficiencies. Yeah. Tool, like if you can get land vehicle.
There is. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's sort of the catch-all that those things. Like if you come from, I think it's a pirate background, one of the things you get is proficiency with waterborne vehicles.
I don't think we have backgrounds though.
You do. Yep.
Oh, I'm outcast. That's right.
Yep. So, yeah. But what I'm saying is that getting one of those large, merchant vessels, that's going to be right out of the question because you guys wouldn't have the first idea how to do it. One of the smaller things with a sail on it, you could either try and find someone to force them to help you with it, or just don't use the sail, use the things and get yourself out. In which case, you got to figure out where you want to go from here. What was the thought in getting a ship? Or was it just to get to some distance? Like crossing the vast space between Kalimdor and here is not going to be possible in one of these smaller things. But
I begin to question the wisdom of our ideas.
And another gargoyle flies overhead.
Emissaries.
She turns to you, Sovash. Will your people come to help?
They are.
Perhaps.
Why don't you give us a deception check?
Hey. His stoic intimidation is enough to convince her.
Absolutely. She totally buys that. Yes. Oh, do you hear that, children? The orcs are coming to save us this time.
So one of our other companions told us to get to Westfall, right?
Yep.
And is that like across the harbor or?
Westfall's actually on the coast. So if you get out here and get out beyond the harbor and then start heading south, I believe, you can make it to Westfall.
We could just follow the river south.
Well, I think the harbor is actually on the ocean. It leads out to the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Westfall, remember Westfall's got the, it's on the coast as well. It's right on the, because there's that coastline where there's like knolls and murlocs and stuff along the side.
So almost any boat would be enough to get us there.
If all you want to do is get to Westfall. Now, what you know, Sauvage, is that like Westfall is really, there are some, like actually a fair amount of farming communities out there too, but there are also some kind of, like, there's an abandoned community called Moonbrook, I think. Maybe, I don't know. For those listening at home, forgive me if I'm getting my WoW lore wrong. I would have looked this shit up before we started. I'm trying to go on memories here, but there is there's an abandoned community. But I think there's probably another like abandoned farmstead near Moonbrook, closer to the coast, and that's where the your companion, what was
This
her
is
name?
the SI7 contact, or no? This is
Charlotte Sherwood.
yeah.
Charlotte was a bandit. From what you understood, she was someone who was robbing the some of the folks of Stormwind and supporting her people. What you may remember is that her sort of background was that her family came from the stonemasons who helped rebuild Stormwind after the orcs destroyed it, or the horde destroyed it, and then because of all the money was spent fighting the war, they didn't have money to really pay the stonemasons. They rioted, they accidentally killed the queen, and then they were brutally suppressed. So they got nothing for it. There's one like criminal group called the Defias Brotherhood that was formed in response to that, to prey on Stormwind and the nobles in particular and try and get revenge on the king. Charlotte is not part of the Defias, but she seems to know them, and she has a hideout somewhere in Westfall, which is the same place where the Defias Brotherhood is active.
Do we want to do that, you guys? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, if we don't leave, what else are we going to do? Go to the Cathedral Square or join these Alliance buffoons in attempting to stave off this issue, or what?
Why would we want to save those who wrongfully?
The woman looks up at you. Wrongfully what?
Sovash quirks his eyebrow at wrongfully for Valania as well.
Did they? You still rolled well enough, so she's not clued in that you're talking about abandoning them yet.
Oh yes. Well, they wouldn't listen to us. All wrapped up in their own internal affairs and made us wait, and then this happened.
Was it Rin, the king?
It was. We couldn't even get to the king. Never mind. It was one of his advisors. Kept us sitting, waiting for hours.
Well, and she quickly, I mean, as is maybe common for her in her everyday, like when she's got an opportunity to throw her weight around, she seemingly forgets all the chaos that's going on and immediately starts telling you, like, do not worry. You tell me what names of people that you need to be introduced to, and I will introduce you to them. And the bearing that she seemed to have lost in the trauma of what's been happening around her, it all comes back, and she's suddenly this very, self-important noble woman. But what do you guys wish to do here?
What if we take our mid-session break and then give us a couple minutes to think about it?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, let's take our
decision?
break. We'll check in with chat when we get back as well too, and then we will, then we'll carry on with our adventure. So, for those listening at home, we'll be back. Take a 5-minute break, and we will be back momentarily. All right. I grabbed my copy of Chronicle 3 as well, too, because it's got maps of Azeroth in it. And the region. Let's see here. This would be around there. Nope, that's Outland. I don't want Outland. Where are you? Where are you? Map. Map. Oh, that's Outland. Let's see. Where are you? That is the north. That's Kalendor. I don't want that. I want the eastern kingdoms, please. It's a little too far north. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, so Stormwind, it'll be a little further south is where you guys want to be heading to get to Westfall. I like it. There's actually a book coming out that is an atlas of the Eastern Kingdoms. It should be coming out any time now. Actually, it might be out for some people. I just haven't got my copy because it was backlisted, I guess. Let's check out chat here, folks. Okay, here we go. Jeffrey, good evening. Fred, evening. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you too, Jeffrey. Infected food, yuck, indeed. Happy Year of the Fang Dragon. Thanks, Wayne. And George, of course, great to see you again, too. Thank you so much. Brian, what's going on? How is your evening going? Wayne, it sounds like... Yeah. I'll have to ask my son if he says sounds like undead sleeping in the next room. The dog doesn't have any complaints, though. Awesome. So any creature's culture is considered flat-out evil in the land, killed on sight without any moral issues. So that's an interesting question. Jeffrey, your question about, at least if it's about this setting, the setting is a lot more morally ambiguous. It's one of the things that's kind of interesting about the Warcraft setting in general, is that no one is... Well, there are rare creatures that are absolute villains and rare to have absolute heroes. More often than not, things are more complicated than that. Like, even the orcs themselves were tricked into invading Azeroth. And then found themselves, after their planet died as a result of that, the reason behind the treachery, they found themselves stuck on Azeroth and trying to find allies. And as you'd imagine, they had difficulty doing that after a bunch of their corrupted kin massacred thousands of people and annihilated a city and stuff. So it's kind of fun. I like the setting an awful lot because of that complexity. So there are some characters that are in the setting, and some adversaries who are flat out evil. But even like the Defias Brotherhood that I was talking about in the first session, they're pretty awful as well, and they do some pretty shitty things. But there is, while not an excuse, there's an explanation for why they're acting that way. So it makes it for an interesting setting, I think. Malwenius, hi. I didn't adapt it to it. I wish I could take credit. It's a terrific conversion. But maybe what I'll do is I can't remember if I did already, but if I haven't, I'll put a link to the actual conversion in the description of the video so you can check it out for yourself. They do a really, really, really good job. Oh my goodness. So Jeffrey is finally not threatening everyone else. He was concerned for you guys. So that's a first. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, someone's betraying the OSR by mastering a WoW edition. Yes. Yeah, and well, and the thing is too, I think that was a joke to that person we removed from the chat.
Yes.
Yeah. So the if you're new to the channel, I run a lot of AD&D Second Edition, but I'm not. I love all editions of D&D, and I like running the different, not only D&D but a bunch of other games as well. For myself, it's a matter of finding the right tool set for the right story you want to tell, and I think 5th edition does a much better job of capturing the kind of high-energy cinematics of a Warcraft-type setting and what the character should be capable of better than what a 2nd edition game would do. So that's why I do that. Yeah, he's clearly a troll. Oh, and C. Evans, howdy. Sorry, yeah, no, that's he's gone now. So sorry for that. It was the first time that C. Evans joined us in chat, and she had to deal with that idiot spamming or troll spamming the chat. Should be allowed to take jabs at the DM. It's just part of gaming. Oh, you guys, yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome to, but filling up the chat with nonsense is not allowed. I have thick skin, but there's no one else showing up in chat who's signing up to take any abuse from anybody else. The Arms of Hadar, the Dark Hunger, you know it. Awesome. Okay, so that catches up. Then, guys, let's talk about what happens next. So, you guys haven't had a chance to think this over. So you're looking down. There's that chaos that's down in the Stormwind Harbor. There is still the sounds of, chaos everywhere else in the city as well too. You can see the floating towers above the Mage Quarter. You can see the huge spire of the cathedral in Cathedral Square. What are you guys thinking?
I think that there aren't any of these undead up in this lookout tower, right? We
For the moment.
haven't seen it. Well, we haven't seen any evidence of them up here.
So what you can picture, you're not so much in a tower, what you are on is, imagine like
A cliff.
Yeah, that looks down. Like it's designed to be kind of a lookout point. It's kind of like the Stormwind equivalent of like the top of the Empire State Building. You get there and you're like, oh, what a beautiful place to go. There's lovely statues around, beautifully manicured gardens. There are those walls below you, but you still have a clear vantage all the way down into the harbor. As far as from the sounds of things, there probably is conflict in the towers everywhere, or in the towers as well too.
The reason I was asking is because I was thinking maybe we would be able to offload this baggage, but it maybe not.
You could, I suppose.
Nah, it just doesn't seem right at this point. I thought that maybe they were on an area that we could protect them from if we left them here, but now it doesn't sound like it is. So we're gonna have to carry these guys down when we climb down. It seems like we're going for a boat, right?
Yeah.
So,
What else is up here in the park district? Is there anything nearby that would be safe or secure?
There probably are some. If you want to take a look around?
Yeah, like we've been spending a lot of time looking into the harbor. I'll turn around and look into the park area and see if we see like a bastion of Stormwind troops protecting a building or something. Or...
Yeah. Let me check here. I'm actually gonna finally get used to something of mine.
Because I was also wondering that. So I'll actually start that in dialogue. I believe we're cut off from the rest of our aides and such. This is clearly not a good time to be speaking with anyone of rank. I think I'm going to leave the city.
Wait, no! You can't go. You can't leave us like this.
This is not a time to be, engaging in diplomacy. You clearly can't even protect yourselves.
Okay. Why don't you do this? Let's see here, Dave. Give me a perception check. Let's see if you've picked up anything up until this point. Please.
I was too busy laying waste to creatures.
Yeah. So right now you have not. What you could do is you could venture out try and, see if there's any, maybe there's a hall or something that's been built, or a small structure that people, that they rest in, or even a place where storage might occur. They may be storing some stuff to maintain the garden or the park in the state that it's in. But if you do that, it may expose you to further encounters.
Right. But are there barricades and secure spots within the harbor?
There definitely is. Yeah, like there's on one side where there are. It's the front, so like it's still fairly tenuous. But from what Sovash can tell you, it looks like the forces of Stormwind are holding their own against this scourge horde.
Right. So what I'm thinking as a character is, if we get down towards, don't have to get to the front, but if we get to a spot where there's at least some Stormwind soldiers who stopped fighting, we send the woman forward and we rush off into the shadows.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Sure.
I guess I can't really say that. So.
And
This seems like your forte, Valonia.
Yes.
Okay. So then, how do you plan on getting down the side here? It's probably about a 100-foot drop down to the first sort of area where you can just scamper across.
Sauvage volunteers.
I will take the children if they can hang on to my baldricks. My relentless endurance is well known among the tribes.
So the kids will not be able to hold on to that, but can you think of anything else any other way to secure them?
I'm sure that will do.
So it seems that Sovash may, or at least his experience with Orcish children, they may have stronger grips than what children do, holding on for a 100-foot, descent may be a little trickier for them.
We have, because we don't have like equipment in our packs, like, or I don't have any mundane equipment. We just say like we have a standard adventuring pack or something.
Yeah, you'd have a standard. I'm assuming you guys might have a rope on you.
I could potentially strap the children to your back if that would. And then she turns to the woman. Do you have the strength to hold on, or can you climb yourself?
She looks down. Climb down that? Are you mad?
It's either that or you stay up here and try and, hold out somewhere safe until Stormwind can take back their city. I'm giving her an out so she doesn't have to come.
Yeah, I think. Why don't you give us a diplomacy check?
Persuade or.
Yeah, because I think like it's dangerous, definitely. But I mean, I think it's with disadvantage as well, because you're trying to convince her to do a very, very dangerous thing, to go down into what appears to be like the front of a battle. So
okay,
let's see.
Persuade?
Yeah, yes, please.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
She just screams like, "Are you mad? Do you wish to kill my children? I thought you were heroes!" And she screams out so loud that it knocks the DM's encounter dice off the table.
That is loud.
It is loud.
Wow.
So as she does, you can picture that you're in this, like maybe about 50-foot wide, kind of circular outlook. And then it gets in, and then it's hedged in to sort of give some privacy to this area if you wish to have it. All of you are kind of like, what the fuck? Like looking around to see if any of the Scourge have been called by the sound. The wandering undead have been called by the sound of it. But it seems, well, I guess you're not going to know unless if you look, you can tell. But she is not going along with you. I think that she might be... Wait a minute. I'm going to make... Why don't you give us another deception check? Let's see if you're... Just no advantage, disadvantage, just a flat deception. Let's see if your lie holds.
Oh, terrible.
Both ones.
Guards!
Perfect.
Guards! So, there's an orc among us! And she grabs the kids and runs off, screaming. And you can hear the snarls of undead. So, you guys have both saved the children, and then also...
Well done, Rainier. You've dealt with that issue. Let's climb down.
Okay.
Valenia looks for to see if anybody's paying attention to what's going on. This woman screaming and...
Sure. Give us a perception check, please. Nice.
Sure. Now I roll high.
Now you roll high. What you can hear is there is the sound of steel clattering, shouting. There may be some of Stormwind's soldiers or the town watch may be closing in on this area.
She's clearly alerted the guards. We must climb.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So I think here's what we'll do, guys. We're going to treat this as you need 3 successes to get down. But what it'll be is that you will not need to worry about falling unless you fail on both rolls. Like, we're going to look at both rolls. If you would have succeeded if you fail on your primary roll, but if the second dice that shows up, if that would have been a success, then you're like, whoa, shit, and you just don't go down. It's a close call. If you fail both, wahoo! Down you go.
Do you have any spells for the wahoo?
Is this athletics?
Athletics it will be, yes.
And what's the DC?
DC here, I think it's going to be fairly low. Let me take a look here. What are the? I always set DCs way too high in 5e, so I've been trying to temper my...
Well, we're not going down a cliff face. We're going down like a...
Yeah, there's mortar work and whatnot that goes down, yeah. Although it is going to be fairly smooth. I was thinking more like the hills are alive with the sound of music. The rolling hills, maybe. Sadly, no. This is it is a bulwark. This after the being destroyed by orcs, they've decided to make things a little tougher for next time. Let's see here. I think it'll be let's set medium. Medium is 15.
Whoa, that's even way higher than I expected.
I know it is pretty high, but it's what, you guys are heroes.
You can do it.
What are you guys thinking here?
All right, sure.
I
I got a 50% chance.
Okay.
I think we try the gates. I need a 16.
Now, how are you making use of your ropes? Your ropes are probably only 50 feet long, so you can't really use just one to get all the way down. I guess you could tie 2 together and then try and affix it to something up here.
Or would it be better to python a rope, second rope partway down, so that it's anchored?
What do you guys think?
Sure, whatever you think.
This seems your forte, Valenia.
Certainly not my forte. Deceiving noble women, hysterical noble women is my forte.
Yes. So, Vosh, you've been, since you were a child, you've climbed, and scrambled around the cliffs and bluffs of Durotar. So, this should be...
I'm fine with it.
Okay. If you find some way to use a rope, I'll let you guys roll with advantage. So, what are you thinking, guys?
Am I heavy enough to hold the weight of either of them? Like, could I hold the rope and they use it to climb down, and then I'll climb down with no rope?
I think most definitely. Because
we can do that. At least, it only puts one of us at a higher risk.
Yeah. So,
what do you guys think?
I think
Day one offers to hold the rope while you climb down.
I think Pandaren are in the hundreds of, multiple hundreds of pounds heavy.
Exactly. I imagine sort of
yeah, 7 feet tall and an
absolutely.
average 7 feet tall, an average of 260 pounds. The trouble is orcs are about that big.
So
as
am
well.
I was going to say that's how big I am as well. I have a 16 strength. What's yours?
It's only a 14.
Okay.
So if you are making the same offer, Sovash, we could.
Aye. Get your arses down there. I'll hold the rope then.
All right. So then what we'll do this is, why don't, so Daiwan and Valanya, you're going to make athletics checks with advantage. And Sovash, you're just going to roll the d10. 3 stages to this to get down to the ground. So I want you guys all go ahead and make your rolls for the first stage, or first attempt.
All right.
Okay, good. Sovash?
Where the heck? There it is.
Okay.
Advantage. Oh my gosh!
Hey!
All right, now, Valanya, let's see how...
Who made it?
Okay,
Good work.
so Valanya gets her way down. Daiwan, why do you think it is that you've... Now, first off, you have 2 or 3 points of Astonishing Fortune left.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense to save that for the second miss, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, because you are falling, I'm going to let you make a dex save against the same number. See if you can
Oh, I
catch.
thought we fell after 2 misses.
Well, no. You
That is 2 misses.
you fall if both of the dice would have failed.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see. Okay.
Like if you didn't have advantage, then it would be that if you failed, you wouldn't make any progress, but you wouldn't fall. When you're rolling with advantage, you get the,
I see. Sure.
So,
All right.
dex save, or do you want to spend Astonishing Fortune to re-roll that?
I mean, it's...
We only have one.
Oh, we have. Have you been adding the bonus ones we've been getting?
I'm gonna...
Yeah,
2 bonus ones so far.
I think he's gonna try and sort of slow fall. He's a monk. He's gonna try and... He's seen his master's, slow fall down the side of a thing. He doesn't officially have training in it yet, but he in his mind he can do it. In his mind he's like...
Okay. So what is he doing? This is right at the top as well too. So is this him actually? Is he falling from here, or is he gonna? Is this his deck save trying to catch on?
Yeah, he's gonna try and use his deck save.
Okay.
But he's trying to make it look graceful, like he knows what he's doing.
I intended that. Nice.
Yeah,
A controlled fall.
Okay.
yeah.
That's how we
So
climb into
something
the-
slips from it. The rope. These tiny ropes, clearly made by human hands. They slip underneath yours and maybe you're just too focused on Valanya. And you slip, fall, and you catch yourself on the side. You look down. The winds are howling below you. The massive confrontation between the Scourge and the Alliance are happening below there. A bird flies overhead. You need to...
Perhaps using the rope would be best, Daiwan.
Yes, of course, the rope.
All right, guys. So then we've got Valanya at 1 stage down. Let's do this here. We'll make you... what are we going to do? We're going to move you part down a ladder here. So, yeah. So the top is where Sovash is. Midway down the thing is... will be the first stage, then second stage will be the bottom of the map, and third stage will be off the bottom of the thing. So Daiwan, I picture it's almost like, you step on this thing and like, are you sure you wouldn't prefer me to go? I'm a much more graceful, whoa! And you fall and kind of, grab yourself. All right.
Yeah.
So then second rolls. Guys, go ahead again.
So I'm just rolling d10s, or what am I doing? I guess I'm not sure.
So what you're rolling, Hobbs, is encounter checks.
Oh, nice. Oh, we should fail some of these then.
Most definitely. Okay. Well, you do see...
Oh, Daiwan.
Come on! Like, are you kidding me? Oh god, we're in trouble.
I think you blame the shoddy Stormwind craftsmanship. You step up and it gives way beneath you. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
That is 4 coin flips in a row, tails.
Okay, so Valanya also has failed both. So let's do this. Let's have Daiwan. So if anyone's spending Astonishing Fortune, now is the time to do it.
I say use it if you need to, Dave. Day one is
Okay, I will reroll.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
Nice. Okay, Valanya, you are about 60 feet down now. Daiwan, you want to give us a quick save here? A dex save?
Dexing.
Nice. So you can see he's almost like scrambling along as the bricks are giving way beneath his hands. And finally catches himself. He looks back up at Sovash, who's got the rope in his hands, and Sovash kind of gives him a look, and it says, these are clearly not built for one as sturdy as I.
Yeah, these
Exactly.
brickwork.
Just testing the mortar work for strength. One more round.
That way or that way?
Yes. Just choosing my road approach. Go ahead again, please. Give us athletics. Hobbs, once again. Some of those gargoyles go soaring overhead, screeching, carrying people this time. Oh.
0.
Oh,
There we go. All right. So Daiwan's down a little further. Valanya, you will be falling 40, or it would be 66, so it would be 30 feet. You guys have no astonishing fortune left, I think.
No.
Is
Does
that
he get a
right?
dex check or anything?
Yeah, so Valanya gets to make a dex check, trying to avoid falling here. Same DC, unfortunately, so... Pray to your god. Yes! Holy shit! So, Dave, what do you think we see as Valanya loses her footing on the rope and somehow saves herself from falling?
I think it's like what we're seeing with the crit fail and a crit success. It's literally like she lets go of the rope. She like slips off the rope and then like bounces off a rock. And then as she's swinging past the rope, she grabs it again.
Yeah.
And then she's like swinging like a pendulum at the bottom of the rope. And the other two are like,
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Then, I guess let's go with the next one. Valanya, all you need is one more success, and you're going to get to the bottom. And then, Sovash, those gladiators seem to be getting closer, or gargoyles.
Gladiator gargoyles.
You know?
yeah, they're leveled gargoyles.
Yeah.
The pits of the clipped wings.
Go ahead, guys. Give us athletics and encounter check.
Yes.
Man.
Taiwan's doing well. Valanya.
Ridiculous.
You got it, Valanya. Oh, 10. Okay. So, Valanya, you are on the ground. Daiwan, about 66 feet down. Sovash, you're on top, and you can hear those soldiers getting closer, but they have not come in yet. So, then, Valanya, with you on the ground, what are you planning on doing? Where you are, I'm picturing, is kind of at, it's probably like, rocky bluffs, like part of the natural landscape at the base of the tower. So there's probably like scrub brush and stuff like that you can hide yourself in to keep yourself away from the hide even. Oh, awesome. So what ability what do we see, Dave?
So it's a racial ability that the Night Elves had that allow them to hide even though they're not really, it's like taking like D&D rules where a thief can hide in shadows even though there's like no shadows and there's nothing to hide behind. And so as long as she's got some light obscurement, she can like blend in.
It's like, elves in AD&D too.
Yeah.
Right? As long as they're in woods, they can remain invisible if they choose to. Incredible. Okay, so it's a DC 14 to see you then. All right. So Valanya seems to disappear into the foliage and is waiting for her monk ally and her orcish companion to make their way down. So, guys, Valanya is hidden and keeping an eye out. Daiwan and Sovash. Athletics check from Daiwan, please. and a... Oh, makes it. Makes it. And Sovash, D10, please. Ooh. All right. Daiwan and Valanya, you have made it down to the base of the wall. Sovash, what are you thinking?
It's time to scamper down as only an orc can.
Okay.
My shoe. Sorry.
So, do you try to affix the rope in any way here? Or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna sling the rope and try and climb on down now.
Okay. So then, why don't you let's pass here. You're gonna make the athletics checks, and Jeff, why don't you roll the d10s for encounters? So Sovash, go ahead and give us a athletics check with advantage. Oh, nice. And then Jeff, give us a d10 roll.
Oh my God, Jeffrey.
Yes. So Sovash makes his way over and begins kind of going down. And in the film version of this, we see the rope kind of moving. And that's when these guards come into the thing. Like, oh, she said there was an orc in here. And they're looking around. Now, it's going to be a DC 10 for them to spot the rope. Dave, would you give us a D20 roll, please, and add +1 to the result? Actually, no, add nothing to the result, so it'll be a flat D20 roll. So let's see here.
Sorry, what do you want me to roll?
Oh, Dave, I'm getting Dave to roll a D20 roll.
I thought I cut out. I didn't know who you said.
Oh, sorry.
I'm waiting for the other guy to roll. I'm like, I figured it was one of them.
One of the younger guardsmen is like, "Look there!" and goes racing over towards it and is about to, cut the rope. So, Sovash is making his way down, and then, oh boy, let's see how. Let's just have you roll your athletics check, and then we'll just interpret it from there.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Okay. So you're making your way down, and then you feel, like we see in the film version, one of them grabs a knife and starts trying to, like, saw away at it, and you can just feel this movement in the rope, and you move over, and in time for when it snaps and kind of goes spooling down the side of the thing, you've managed to grab on, and you are still about 30 feet or 40 feet above the surface, but the tied together rope drops to the ground beside you guys. Daiwan and Valanya, where were... Valanya was hidden. Daiwan, what were you planning on doing when you hit the ground?
Well, I think if I saw Valanya disappear or couldn't see her, I would also try to find somewhere to hide. I don't know that there's as much options for me, but
yeah,
it's what I would try to do.
Just give us a flat stealth check. Let's see how effective. There's plenty of, like, cover and scrub and whatnot here. So 1 inclined. Okay, so 23 to find you. So you hide yourself. You look up and you can see that he's making his way down, and then suddenly Sovash seems to, like, shift to the side. And you're like, what is? And then you see the rope fall all the way down. It leaves him 40 feet up on this white wall. So let's have Jeff again roll a d10, and then Hobbs, give us your final athletics check. Now you're rolling with, oh, nice, 23. Easy. What do we see as Sovash scrambles down the side of the wall?
He lands, looks around, spots Daiwan, can't see Valanya.
Typical. The night elf has fled.
Blood elf? Is it blood elf or night elf?
Night elf. Night elf.
Night elf, right.
Yeah.
Actually, Day One's got a way harder stealth check to make, so you probably see me.
Yeah. What's Sovash's passive perception?
14.
Yeah, you actually can see Valanya. She's quite well concealed. It's just you've got very
Or tried to.
keen eyes. Yay. So then, guys, you are at the base of the thing here, and you're right in the harbor. What would you guys like to do now? So you can picture that there is, the docks are just a chaos, and there's not like 4 of them there. You can picture it like it's, there's probably like 30 or 40 different docks, and they would normally be busy with, this seems to have caught everyone right in the middle of a normal day. So there are military ships here, there are smaller vessels that will be going out to, and back from things that are moored further off in the harbor. There are, vessels from far shore, from the north. There's big stout dwarven ships as well. Sleek elven vessels. Any gyrocopters. There may be, Nomergon does have that the deep run tram that runs back and forth between that's between Ironforge? Yeah, Ironforge and here. If there were gyrocopters, there probably would be in the Dwarven District.
Let's go for a boat. That one looks good.
A smaller boat, I think. They're less likely to.
Yeah.
All we need to do is get across the other side and then hold up with our contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So small, get across.
Why don't you guys give me a percentile roll, please? Oh, sorry, not a percent. I'm a dummy. Not a percentile roll. A perception check. Sorry. I was saying P word.
Perception.
25. So, Valanya, what you can, you're looking over here too, and one of the things you see is a vessel from your homeland, from Darnassus. It's got like grayish wood that makes up its hull. It seems like from the beautiful lines and curves and such, it looks like you would not think it would be seaworthy for wide open wide open ocean, but it certainly is. But what you can see on the deck are cages containing hippogriffs. It appears that they may have been in the process of unloading these hippogriffs or these mounts when the whole thing kind of kicked off. Let me show you what a hippogriff looks like.
Well, Silvash, I don't know if you intended really to fly off on a creature earlier. Bats are probably more your thing, but I do spy some hippogriffs on that elven ship over there from Darnassus.
That surely is our ride out of here.
And this is kind of, what they look like. It's the best illustration I could find for it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is what the model actually looks like. Okay. So, you have a choice of trying to snag a smaller ship. You can go for... The hippogriffs are obviously going to be a little bit more difficult to get to, just because of the making your way through to the larger vessel. But what are you guys thinking?
I don't know.
Well, what's the question? I just head for it and let's go for it.
The cooler ride is going to be harder to get to, is essentially what it is.
Right, a small boat, nobody might notice. Stealing hippogriffs, we're going to be...
Stealing hippogriffs from an elven ship that's probably being defended by the Alliance, that's probably going to be the harder.
I think what you can see is that it's less going to be the... Once you're at the ship, you should be fine. Just managing the hippogriffs may be another issue, but the to get yourself there is just going to be, you potentially are facing Alliance forces or Scourge or both. Okay. So how would you like to approach this? Now, you can picture that the ship is... So, I don't know whether any of you guys... Anyone who's trained in athletics, you're already... I'm assuming you're trained in swimming as well, too. The creatures are coming out of the water, like climbing up the side of the thing, but there's nothing fighting on the water. So...
Let's steal the small boat to take to the other boat, and then get on the hippogriffs.
Okay.
From, behind. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me how you're going to be getting to that small boat then. You can feel free to fill in. I mean, the scene is chaos, so I mean...
That's chaos, right?
Yeah.
That's what I assumed. I think, maybe we could time it to, it seems like if the Scourge is coming in waves, when the defenders seem to have it and the wave comes, then we'll be like, no! And then we'll just kind of hunched over in the stealthy run of the cinematic everywhere, and then head for a boat and jump on it.
Okay.
And then I'll say,
I'm sure this is your forte,
All right, so let's treat this in terms of the challenges you need to overcome. I think you're right. Like, the first thing is getting through the front line, right? Like, if you're trying to get to the water and the boats, it's getting through the line between the Alliance and the Scourge. So, and it sounds like you're sneaking past. So let's. I think the worst sneak skill is Valanya, right?
That sounds right.
I have a -1.
Oh yeah, right. So it's going to be the worst one, but because of die 1, I'll let you roll with advantage. So roll your worst stealth with advantage. Let me take a look and see what their... I'll see what their passive perceptions are. Go ahead. Either Sovash or die 1, you guys can...
14, not bad. I'll take it.
Okay. 14 is pretty darn good. Let's see if it's good enough. Just checking the stats for Fang Dragon here.
One, like, pull some kind of a leather covering or tarp-like thing off of some crates by there, and he sort of wraps Sovash in it and ties it up so he looks a little less obvious.
Okay. So the guards have... Past perception is 12. So, guys, what does it look like as you guys make your way past the first front line, or the first front of these, this scrum of the undead and the Alliance?
I like it. I mean, what if we did just have something that we're holding over ourselves when anything came? Hunker down. Now, down! I run! And then we're running with it down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Why don't you just pull a bush out of the ground and hide behind the bush and just...
Well, I didn't say we didn't do that too.
Okay. So
you see some guards walk by. Was this tarp here a moment ago?
Yeah.
It's totally World of Warcraft, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys managed to time it perfectly so that you get past. You've made it past the assembled line of defenses of the Alliance. You get in. A pack of Horde come by. You all sort of hide underneath the tarp again. Stop moving. They go racing past you to go and fight up against the Alliance soldiers. So the next challenge is going to be finding an appropriate boat. So I think this, to me, this strikes me as just a matter of luck. And it may... I think that perception might play into this, but I'm open to other suggestions for what skills you guys think that might play in. Like, knowledge of the docks. Like Sovash, you've got that ability where you're familiar with, sort of, you've been traveled far and whatnot. You may just know that, okay, well, smaller ships, to keep them out of the way of the bigger ships coming in and out, they're going to be at X part of the dock. So that I might just let you make a...
Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom check, I think.
Yeah,
That feels like a common sense kind of thing. And then anything else, guys? Valanya or Daiwan, can you think of a way that you're going to contribute? What I'm going to suggest is that I just need 2 of you guys to succeed at these checks, and we'll set them fairly low. I'll set them at 12.
I think she's going to use her keen elven eyesight to try and find what we need.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what? 10. I keep setting these things too high. I think 10 feels like more the right number, because there's plenty of room for you to fuck up there. Okay, so using Keen Elven Eyesight. What about Daiwan?
Daiwan is just naturally observant. It's not necessarily super beneficial in this scenario. It's sort of a passive perception bonus, but maybe that's just sort of like as they're traveling and as he's watching out for the guards and whatever, it's just sort of increasing his chance of spotting a useful boat.
And if what you're saying is he's passively observant, that may have been one of the things he was looking for when you had that vantage at the lookout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Okay. So yeah, I buy that. So what I'd let you do is, why don't you get... I'll let you have advantage on your roll. So guys, go ahead and make your Sovach wisdom check. Ooh. Okay, nat 1 from Valania. Okay.
Thank goodness for advantage.
Okay. So then, it looks like Sovash is going to be the one who actually spots it. So Sovash is looking around, and then Hobbs, what is it? What's the boat that you spot?
Oh boy, I haven't seen a lot of boats. I think it might be like a small vessel from an actual human from the men here of Stormwind that's off to the side. That
there's plenty of coastal, there's coastal communities up and down the coast that would that made us,
boat.
Yeah, they made us sail into trade or whatever, pick up stuff, and then sail back home.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So you guys point over, and he spots the boat for you. And you guys scramble down, and you pile into the boat. Screams and clash of violence all around you, filling the air. What do you guys do next?
So that jumps in.
All right, now let's go.
Yeah,
On the oars, boys.
Yeah, let's move.
And where are you heading? So you can head just this. You're free and clear to get out of the harbor now and start making your way towards wherever you want to go. Or
Westfall.
You can Westfall.
That's what I think, right?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. So
which is kind of weird for us, but I think there's two reasons for that. First, it seems like a place we could hole up. Second, if we ever want to play this again with more the other players, that's probably where they would go. It seems like a good target.
You're trying to meet up with them as well too. Now, you guys have given me the wonderful excuse to make use of the wilderness kit.
Nice.
Hey, wait a sec. We're back on a river on a boat. This is exactly what Kev wanted for tonight. He just got different characters on a boat.
I don't know what boats ever did to Kev, but he seems to hate them.
So just for everybody at home, our regular Night Below crew is supposed to be trying to travel down a river on a boat in a windstorm. So, we'll just play Warcraft tonight. We'll do something totally different. And here we are on a boat on a river.
All right.
Weather check.
So as you guys are making your way out, I am going to say it is going to be let's say it's going to be a 2-day, probably a 2-day journey down the coast. So, Dave, would you kindly give us 3 D20 rolls, please?
Oh, God. Dave, the weatherman? Seriously?
The weatherman. He's got the magic touch.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Let's see how your trip goes. Okay.
All right. Fine.
Okay, 14. It's cool. There's no wind, so that's good. And light rainfall, which is actually helpful for concealment. So, you guys leave you can picture there's tens if not hundreds of fires that are burning in Stormwind at this point. Smoke going up. The city has not been under siege like this for decades since the first war. You guys begin rowing away and making your way out into the deeper harbor. You guys have a choice here. Let's see. Do you want to go slow, fast, or normal? It's on the DM screen. One sec here.
Slow, I think. Don't you guys think? Well, let's go normal. I don't want to make undue presence.
Slow?
Go ahead.
I would say, sorry. What slow allows you to do is to If you want to be using stealth, if you want to try and keep yourself hidden, you need to travel slow. Normal is just people have a normal chance of seeing you or whatnot. Fast, from what I remember, you have disadvantage on spotting things, and you have to make a Constitution check to avoid getting exhaustion.
Normal.
Yeah, I think normal because we want to try and not get attacked by the scourge, and we also don't want to be seen. So.
Okay. All right.
Seems a good balance.
All right. So then, a rowboat is 1.5 miles an hour. So you guys are flying. By comparison, if you were on foot, you've been traveling 3 miles an hour. So, so hence the 3-day things. All right. So then that's your pace. See if you're at risk of becoming lost here. I don't think there's a chance of that because you can see the coastline, even in spite of the rain coming down. Encounter. Would you guys kindly give me a D10 roll? Anybody who feels up to taking the blame? Nice. Hobbs jumps right in there. Okay. And then I'd like you guys to mark off one of the food and water that you took. Oh, you didn't. You didn't take any food or water with you. So then.
I have a backpack full of iron rations. What are you talking about?
There's no water to drink, though. All that stuff would have been... those things would not have been in your supplies. Okay, so here's what you need. You need 1 unit. So basically, you need food and water for the day. What happens if you don't? Oh, you could forage, though. You could hunt or gather...
So as a wanderer, I can also find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day.
I think that changes in with the travel rules.
Okay. Provided that land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. So obviously water on in a sea situation would not be, but I assume it means like I might know how to fish with a spear or have like a small rod or something.
Here's what I'll translate that into is because of the foraging rules, I'll give you advantage on the foraging check. Okay. Right. So why don't you, let's see here. So we can picture this as like in the film version, we sort of iris in on you guys leaving Stormwind. We then sort of open up on a scene of you guys, the rowboat has been pulled up on shore, and Sovash, you're rooting around trying to find stuff. Why don't you give us a survival check?
Yeah, I was wondering if it would be a survival.
Yeah, survival, and I'll give you advantage on that. Nice. All right, and the terrain, so it's by the difficulty of the terrain. Let's see here. And this is, I'm picturing the first bit of coastline here is probably that thick forest that you see around the Elwyn Forest. So it's a coastal, I think like the East Coast, like the northern part of the East Coast of the U.S. is what you can picture the types of trees and so forth being like. It's just deciduous trees instead of coniferous trees. And what's it here? Foraging. Yeah, easy. Hobbs, give us a 1d6 plus your wisdom modifier roll. And I'll actually let you roll 2d6 and take the highest because of your wanderer thing.
So this is +4.
Nice. So 2d6. 10. So Sova, what do we see? What you've come back with is 10 units of food.
So like a small brace of hairs and like a small bag with like berries maybe or nuts or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Raspberries.
So Sovash brings back a ton of food. You're all going to eat for today, and you've got at least next couple of days worth of food. So you can write down 10 food units. Sovash, give us the same roll, survival for water.
Very impressive, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Kev, can you make us a hand?
Wait, that's not the right thing. Sorry. Yep. I forgot what I was doing.
Nice. Yep. Success again. And give us a same roll. 2d6. Take the highest.
Oh.
Yeah. That's good. Another 10. So what's the, maybe there's like a slightly above, you sort of saw maybe where birds were, and that's what brought you ashore here. And you guys can find there's this small, like, pond. So
instead of hares, maybe it was fish.
Yeah. And Dave, what was your question?
Salmon.
Just asking if you could make. I was just gonna say, can you give us a handout so we can? Track
Oh yeah,
this
of
stuff
course.
and
Yeah,
everywhere?
absolutely. Yeah. Right.
But then I'm thinking, it's also easy to track in the chat since we're not playing every week.
Yeah. No, that's heck yeah. I will absolutely do that. Let me find.
Party rations and loot.
Okay. Here you go. Boom. Party loot. And hold on, you guys can... Wait, let me set it so you can edit, too. There you go. There you go. All right. So that's what Sobosh was doing in the initial little bit. Daiwan and Valania, what are you guys thinking you've been doing? This is the first evening when you guys have come ashore. You know, the serenity of this, too. Like this beautiful sort of seaside, small copse of trees or stand of trees that goes inland. You've seen some signs of of human life, but I think you guys have picked this stretch of coastline because there's no sign of humans living here. Daimon, Valania, what are you guys thinking?
I think Daiwan is thinking about what this undead invasion of Stormwind could mean, and what's going on, and is something happening back home too? Like, how vast is this trouble? I think he's sort of
Oh boy,
his
going on?
previous
Music got crazy. Sorry.
Sorry. It's my fault.
Sorry, Jeff.
no problem.
So he's trying to...
I'm saying, like, I think his original mission is feeling less important with what's going on now.
Okay. What do you make of your companions?
I mean, they've been useful and, good companions so far. I don't think that he's really formed much of a bond with them, but he sees himself almost, this is where he is, and, he's sort of stuck with them for now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that there's a lot of,
You
it's
did.
not like
Yeah.
them or,
10 units, Dave. 10 units of water as well.
yeah.
Okay. What about Valania? Valania's had a moment to finally catch her breath as well, too. What does she make of what's happened and where she finds herself? And her companions, who she finds herself with.
Well, if I recall, her original story was to find a missing priestess, or she was trying to track down a priestess who had gone missing. Somebody tried to feed her some poor information, and she ended up making him pay the ultimate price. That's part of what got her in the trouble in the first place. So now I think, in a way similar to Daiwan, she's also thinking big picture now. She's got a chance to get away from the immediate threat, and she's wondering, if the missing priestess has anything to do with, it's the invasion of these creatures and the rise of undead. Suddenly, is that somehow connected to the fall of the light and?
Yeah. One thing that you guys would all be aware of, I mean, more, and Sovash, because you're a traveler, you would also be aware of this, is the, during the most recent war, that one of the champions of a nearby kingdom fell to corruption, basically, arose as an undead horror, and then proceeded to, before he did, he eliminated an entire city's worth of people. Yeah, this is Arthas, the Arthas Menethil. He completely destroyed the city of Stratholme, and then he set sail to the north, came back as servant of them, but he's been driven back. The last time you saw an undead army like this march is far to the north, where you've heard that the High Elves, their city of Silvery Moon, I believe, was completely destroyed, and in fact their civilization was effectively annihilated. If there's any name that you could put to the threat of this massive undead army, or that it would most likely be behind it, it would be the Lich King. And what about you, Sovash? It's been I'm not sure why you think you've been traveling or had been traveling before, but finding yourself now in these strange lands with these strange companions, what's Sovash thinking?
Well, he's certainly an outlander, and he doesn't have ulterior motives like the other people. He wasn't like a spy or looking for someone specific or anything like that. So I think he was a traveler, and being from not necessarily the warlike aspects, but more of the tribal remnants of the early orcs. He was just trying to maybe understand the Alliance better. Not for war necessarily, but just in general, a traveler and a wanderer. And now his idea is survival first, and maybe trying to help as many people as he can, even if they are Alliance.
Okay. So as Sovash brings back this, is anyone else trained in survival? I should ask.
No.
Okay, so Sovash comes back. Sovash, he's easily able to get a fire started. He gets the food cooking, and he hands you berries. These are safe to eat. What are you guys doing next? What are you guys planning here? Yeah, it's at least another day's travel down the coast before you get to the first outpost in Westfall. But there is a lighthouse about halfway down the coastline as well, too, that maybe takes another 2-3 days to get to. The coastline of Westfall does go for quite a distance.
Are we going to take the boat all the way down the coast, or are we going to make landfall at some point and cut across?
Well, we're already on land right now. I would prefer land. I feel more comfortable there. I feel like we're more in control of our own destinies land, but there's obviously more opportunity for trouble.
Yeah, I feel better on the land.
We pull this boat ashore and just stash it somewhere so someone doesn't find it right away if they're looking for us.
The sea is not my home.
Yeah, maybe it's flashbacks to his trip from Pandaria through the mists to come to the Eastern Kingdoms.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what do you guys intend on doing tomorrow? You got lots of food. I'm assuming you have... let's see, would you had your water skins? Like, they would have kept your gear, but I don't know if they would have kept... I think it's reasonable to think that Sovash would have insisted on grabbing something like that on the way out because of his training in survival. I'm fine just saying that that's probably what he did.
Stuff at the docks, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot going on there as far as equipment, places to raid.
Oh, maybe even in the boat, too. Like, the person who traveled here, they wouldn't be carrying around their water skins or wine skins with them.
You mean this keg of rum I took?
Keg of rum.
It's a mini keg. We'll call it a mini keg. Cask if you want.
All right, guys. So then tomorrow you're going to make your way overland. Now, tell me how do you want to hug the coastline to make sure you're not getting lost? Are you trying to get a little further inland so it's more difficult to find you? What are you thinking? I think if you want to remain hidden, you're going to have to move at a slow pace.
Probably should. We are all Outlanders and historically enemies of the Alliance.
And technically escaped convicts.
Hmm.
I mean, not that anyone would-
Alleged.
Alleged. But I think we should stay out of sight. So, does anyone have any kind of? Oh, you have survival. I don't know if there's not like tracking in this. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I needed to get some almonds.
No problem.
Nice. Okay, so then, guys, tomorrow, let's do this. Let's have Valania. Would you kindly? Oh, sorry. And are you going further inland? Like, if you're sticking to the forest, I'll probably give you advantage on any stealth checks that you do. I mean, you're doing with advantage already. Maybe what I'll do is I'll reduce the... so this is just as a non sequitur. One of the things that is interesting about running 5th edition is that, like, advantage is just... It is a huge fucking lever. Just boom, it's either you get this massive bonus or you get this massive penalty. Calibrating the difficulty number is a little more nuanced, so it's a little easier to you know, score things up, score things down. But there's not... That's really the only granularity you have as a DM in 5e, it seems.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so... all right, guys, then... let's... what are you sitting on for Astonishing Fortune?
Zed, I think.
Zed?
0? Okay, let's give you 3 more for the last sequence here. I don't know if you'll need it or not, but... And remember... You can use Astonishing Fortune before you make the roll to get advantage on him. Not saying you need to, but... Alright, so then, guys. What I need from you first, Dave, is... So it was drizzling rain. As you guys lay down to sleep, you guys take a turn in watch. Unfortunately, the Elven Forest is as still as you could hope for the evening. You also have completed a long rest, so those of you who have abilities recharging on a long rest, your skill slots. Sobash, you're still down a bit. Did you want to spend any hit dice before you bed down for the night?
I could heal him.
Okay. I mean, do I get the hit dice back, or?
As long as you complete a long rest, you get your hit dice back.
And that's
Yeah.
overnight?
Yep. Yeah.
I thought you get half that.
Oh, is it half back? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's why they want you to use the points up, or the hit dice up, and then you get half it back. It takes you...
Oh, a couple of days.
But I
Oh,
can-
okay, cool. So there you go.
But I have spells, so...
All right, we're good.
Okay. All right, then. Next day, so you guys get half your hit dice back. Morning comes. Dave, let's see what the weather is like. Okay. That means... The weather... Oh, it's on the... Oh, darn DM screen, I think. Yeah. Okay, sorry, guys. All right, so, it's once again a cold day. Almost as if the winds of Northrend, the home of the Lich King, are blowing across the Eastern Kingdoms. The wind is non-existent again, so it's just a cool morning, and it still continues to drizzle. So the rain keeps coming down. It's a cool and chilling. It's that kind that you know, when it hits right, you know, manages to somehow get like just in that gap between your neck and your cloak, and kind of constantly feel a bit of damp chill running down your spine. You said you were moving at a slower pace, so why don't we give Sovash, why don't you give us a stealth roll with advantage?
Do you want me to do that? I got lost.
Yeah, please, because you got the benefit of
I'm the
Daiwan's...
worst.
Yeah, okay, we're taking the worst person, and then... Okay, so 16. Once again, Daiwan's instruction. You guys are moving pretty carefully through here. Dave, would you give us a D10 roll, please? Well, you rolled weather. Jeff, give us a D10 roll.
Sure.
I have you to thank for The soldiers showing up. Oh, but you give me nothing on the second day. All right. So, the second day of travel sees you moving further down the coastline through the Elwyn Forest. There really isn't much of... there isn't much of interest that goes along. If Sovash, you want to do... You've got yourself stocked up for a couple of days. If you want to try and get further, you're welcome to do that.
I think we're going to focus on where we're going as opposed to gathering. Keep
Sure.
our eyes open in this unusual terrain, unknown terrain to us.
So I think you find over the course of your day's travel, there are a couple of instances where you find there are like clear it's paths. I'm picturing that you guys are sort of bushwhacking your way through the woods with Sovash as your guide. But you do find paths that lead through the woods as well too, no doubt. And from Sovash, you don't need to make a roll for this, but you can see that the amount that they're traveled, it's likely that there are what do you call it? That there are humans that or locals that are making use of these foresters, maybe, or something similar.
Foresters and smugglers.
Smugglers definitely in Westfall. But unless you guys want to, follow one of these to try and find where the humans are, you guys are find yourself bedding down at the end of that day with nothing. Let's hear it, with no difficulty. So you can mark off another 3 units of food and water. Dave, check the weather for the following day. Okay. And Jeffrey, would you kind of give me a D8 roll?
The old D8.
And then Hobbs, would you give us the stealth check for today, please? Okay. So for you, let's see here. Weather's actually back to normal. And I'm picturing it kind of like midsummer. The winds have picked up a little bit, but fortunately the rain has stopped. Okay. And a 13 is your stealth check, okay?
Medium. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yep, not bad at all. Jeff, would you give me a D20 roll as well, please?
Oh, that's either really great or really bad.
Ooh, it's definitely interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty... That is pretty awesome. All right. So, as you guys are making your way through here, you guys are level 5?
4.
4. Okay. Okay. So, let's see here. And Dave, give us one more D8 or D6 roll, please. Let's see what time of day this happens. Number 1, early in the morning. All right. So I think you guys are getting ready to head out. Let me just duplicate a sheet here. Actually, I'll just fucking create a page here. Boom. Let me set this up here. Alrighty. Background color. Boom. Okay. Then let's upload one more thing here. Apologies for those listening at home as well too. I know it's thrilling to watch me set up maps for the guys.
That's a throw together.
Truly a thrill-a-minute endeavor, right?
I have heard people say they like that. The concept of seeing it from your point of view as opposed to my channel where it's from the player point of view. So
Oh, right, that's true. So for the people watching, they actually see what you're doing.
yeah, they do see what the what goes into the sausage, as it were.
Right. So it's actually us who are bored. The viewers are playing game, and we're the poor sitting here like same map. Like,
Yep, that's absolutely it. All right. Yeah, let's do this. This sounds good. Okay. And okay. Alrighty. So there's that. And then let me grab your tokens here, guys. I'll grab 30 ghouls. I mean, I'll grab 0 ghouls, because that would not be fun. Alright. And what you guys see... Yeah, his passive perception is good enough.
that looks like a small one.
So what advice...
Yeah.
Is that your scouring pad there?
No, I just started a new dice bag. I'm only a couple rows in. So.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Well,
So yeah, the health bar ready to go here so you guys can see. Come on, Kev. There you go. Now, I think that there is, there we go. Sovash, you, as you're sort of traveling along here, what you tell everyone is to take care, because these woods are full of dangerous creatures. You know, savage wolves, feral spiders, dangerous, like setting aside the things that may be hunting you as well too. But one of the things that that is one of the most persisting threats out here that carries over into northern Westfall as well too, are the packs of jackalmen, or hyenamen, known as gnolls.
Oh God!
And
Can't we get away from gnolls in any game? Kevin?
the most notorious of all the gnolls who are out there is a legendary chieftain who goes by the name of Hogger. You may have even seen wanted signs. So I know my text is still backwards. I forgot to change it yet again. There are signs posted around in the different towns and all the different settlements in Westfall. I mention that because as you guys are setting out, you come across once again another trail, and you see, I got a tune here called "We Got Trouble." That probably sounds appropriate for this. And what you see is perhaps the biggest gnoll you've ever witnessed, walking along wearing this heavy plate armor, seemingly alone, traveling by himself, but it seems unmistakable to you who this gnoll might be. And it is the legendary Hogger. Guys, would you kindly click on your token? and roll initiative. You have been making your effort to try and remain hidden, but there's that cackle of the gnoll. Yeah, you want me to play it again for you, Hobbs?
I was laughing at my initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. 5. 19. Good lord.
Well, at least Panda Man is ready to go.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, plus Dex is 20.
What is he? That's the question.
Hogger is at 21. But for this, it really only matters afterwards. So this sees you, Daiwan. You can see out of the corner of your eye, this vicious-looking gnoll has seen you and is going to come in on you. What do you do, Daiwan? You're up first.
He will step forward and take a stance. I don't think I actually have a special stance. I don't think so. But he takes his monk stance and readies his fists.
Okay.
And turns to his friends, and he says, "Stay behind me."
Okay. Then it is Hogger's turn. So Hogger is 1, 2, 3, 6 is making his way forward. And he's shouting out in this like debased low common, "Drop what you have and run, and I might make you live." Yow! As he charges in. Valania, you're up next.
Then I will.
Free action, drop what I have, and no.
Pray to all the gods that I. So it looks like inevitable that we're fighting. Besides the initiative, like.
He's screaming for you to drop your shit and run. This is sort of what he does: is get people. He just startles people and they run off, and then he, either chases you down or steals what you. His reputation in all of the Elwyn Forest and even into Westfall is usually sufficient to have people just surrender to him or drop their shit and flee, hoping he won't kill and then eat you. Oh, nice.
Hey Andrew, guess what? Casting blast and no one's in melee.
So what does Valania's Bless look like?
Again, so this would be a spell that comes out of the good side from her previous priesthood.
Yep.
And so it comes out as an amber color. So even without the other guys knowing what it is, they know it's something that's good because it's of the color.
Okay.
And yeah, so they will get the benefit of the bless.
All right, and then at the end of your turn, I take my first legendary action because Hogger has them. Continues running closer to Daiwan. You should have run! So, Vosh, you're up next. What are you doing?
And you should have chosen someone else.
He rips up his fist and some earth flies up and it's kind of boiling with magma and a lava burst explodes around Hogger.
Go ahead. Awesome. Holy dex save. Okay, and the dex save DC is 14. Okay. It is a success. Does he take half damage on a fail?
I don't know. This is all that it says. I don't know if this is in...
Yeah, this is the one I think we quickly added in because I did a shit job of adding your spells. And give me 2 seconds.
Let me see. Spell lists.
It's here. It's under... Go. Oh.
Spells are safe for half, I'm almost positive.
Yeah,
because
at least...
there's skills that change that and feats and stuff. So usually it's not saved for full evade.
Yeah. Usually not one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd have to look it up, but
you know what? Fuck it. We'll just say that it is half. because that makes more sense.
Save. It does say or half as much on a successful
Awesome.
deck save.
Yep, there we go. Okay, so that means he takes it's 29. So rounded
15 or 14.
14 damage. He runs through it screaming. And then is that it for Sauvage?
And then I'll also then after that happens, kind of point my other hand at my man Daywan and cover him with a lightning shield.
This thing forms around you, Day1, and you feel it is something that is an asset. Sauvage speaks out in that strange tongue of Kalimag when he...
The elements.
All right. And then his final one is to... I think he's confident enough to come slamming into you. Just in time for Daiwan's turn. Daiwan, what are you doing?
Daiwan will let's see here. Okay. So first he will spend a key point
Okay.
to use his Fist of Fury, giving him 3 attacks.
And you can add a D4 to any of them.
Oh,
Okay. That is a hit.
Okay.
Let me zoom in,
Then-
folks at home.
Will use his Quaking Palm. When you hit another creature with an unarmed strike, you may use your innate powers to attempt to disable them. You must
Ooh.
succeed on save or be stunned until your turn.
Could you click on that so it shows up in chat? Awesome. Okay, so
Oh,
bam.
that work?
This is like an auto kill in WoW.
Yep.
If they have less hit points than you.
Yeah. Okay, we hit the creature with an armor striking
Your
me.
saving throw for this feature.
Okay, cool.
So it's like 10 plus wit. So it's like
8, isn't it?
15.
It's 8 for
Or-
8 plus your
Yeah,
proficiency.
but it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your thing.
Yes.
So 10 plus 3, so it's 13.
13, okay. So 13 constitution check. Let's see here. I roll a 22. So it hits him, but does not. He seems to be all gristle, muscle, and armor. But you did hit him. That if because of your martial arts you're using unarmed, you can still use a bonus action to do that, or does your quaking?
Yeah, that's just a thing I can do. It doesn't say what
Yep.
action it is.
So as your bonus, you want to attack again?
I spent the chi point to do the Fist of
No, but remember,
Fury,
your
so-
martial arts always allows you to do a bonus action as an unarmed attack if you make an attack as your primary action.
Right, I know, but if I spend the key point, I can make 3 attacks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, then go ahead and make your 3 attacks.
Yeah.
Yep.
It basically gives you an extra attack by spending the key point.
Okay. Well, hold on.
Oh.
No. Did you need to spend a key point to activate Quaking Palm?
No.
Okay.
It's just a monk ability. It's not a key ability.
Okay, cool. All right, so solid hit. Holy smokes. Wow. Even though your Quaking Palm did not work, you hit him a second time, and your third?
The third is a miss.
Is a miss. Do you want to...
But you have a D4 bless. Yeah.
17
But thanks to the
total.
blessing of the light, that becomes a hit.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
So a third hit.
Oh. All right.
It's almost like slaps as he's trying to like slap away his giant.
Yep.
What is that? An axe or a maul or something?
Massive axe, yeah.
He's slapping that away, and he's slapping him across the face with one of them.
Oy. All right, now it is his turn. So he is with that giant battle axe of his. He brings it down on you. Taiwan, your AC is a 16, right?
Yes.
First hit is first attack was a miss, but without breaking a sweat, he brings it back a second time. That hits a 17. That is a hit. You take 13 points of slashing damage.
And now you can roll your D4 Hobbs, right? For the
Yep.
lightning shield?
Yep.
Go ahead. You can do it.
Roll it? Okay. And sorry, Kev, how much was the damage?
Damage was 13. 1 damage from him. Lightning plays up the axe and onto his forearm. And then his final is going to be his headbutt. Let's see here. That is a 17 again. Oh, a 21 again.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. And then I need a con save from you, please. Die 1.
Constitution.
Ooh.
So you are stunned until the end of his next turn. What happens is you come racing in. He hit him a couple of times. You can hear him yelp as it hurts. Swings his axe once, misses. Swings a second time, hits you, and you're getting ready to like defend yourself again. And his whole snout just hits you, and you kind of we're not expecting that. So you're gonna be stunned next turn. Valania, what are you doing?
Well, I'll be down way before my next turn.
Okay. That is a wisdom save. Failed. So he takes 16 psychic. Holy shit.
Plus 2 from the void. Just gonna
Oh my god.
channel the void.
Is that it for you?
Yeah. Actually, as a free action, can I talk to somebody in their head?
I think it's... Yeah. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'll use psychic voice, and I will speak to Sovash in his head and say, if Hogger flees, let him go. We'll follow him to his lair and clean him out.
Okay, then his first legendary action is to race past Daiwan up to Valania.
Looks like he's fleeing.
So much. What are you doing? So I had that in mind before because he stunned Daiwan.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna
figured
race
if we hit him
forward.
A couple more times, he might not
Yeah.
stick around.
Sovash, what do you got in mind?
All right. So,
Sovash says, "You've done well, Hogger, but not well enough. Laktar Ogar."
and I'll blast him with icy cold forms around him
Okay.
in elemental burst. Oh, what a terrible roll.
Ooh. Okay, let's see his save here. And you cast that as level 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last time I rolled an 819 on accident
Shit.
with only a 2 for the extra roll. So I'm like, no sense in doing the extra roll.
Dex save, okay. I made my save as a 19. So it takes 4 frost forms on that side of his fur. Anything else, Sovash?
Yeah, I will add the lightning shield around Valania, letting it drop from my man Daywan.
So I think so that means you've used 3 first level spells then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it does reform around Valania, and then at the end of your turn, I'm taking another legendary action as he brings that massive axe down. That's a 22. Oh, but only 7 points of slashing damage, Valania.
So he takes a D4.
Yep. Only 1. Oh boy. You guys are beating the shit out of him, and he's... Alright, now Daiwan, you are stunned. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it is Hogger's turn. Alright. So, he's going to open with his headbutt on Valania. Let's see here. 16, yeah, that hits you. Would you give us a con save, please? Remember, you can spend Astonishing Fortune to get advantage on your rolls, if you choose.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we had more.
Yep.
Yeah, we have 3 right now. You know what? I will. I will spend 1 Sonic Fortune to have advantage on this roll.
Okay.
This guy has metal armor on.
Does, yep. Holy shit. So he hits you, but you are not staggered, which means as he spends his move to go over to Sovash, you get... and he hit you, so roll 1d4 for damage. For the lightning shield.
It's a 1. The lightning is 1 point.
What? No, you got to do it again. That's the second time you say it.
Yeah, each time he hits
for
you.
the,
Yep.
I see what you're saying, for the headbutt, too.
Yeah, because he did. Hit you again. Oh, man.
Oh, there you go.
He paid for that more dearly. So, yeah, if you've got an attack of opportunity, you can go ahead and... do you have a melee weapon ready or not?
Well, she carries a moonglaive.
Yeah. Ooh! Cuts across his chainmail armor. Gee. Wait, are you affected by Bless?
I'm affected by Bless as well.
Nice,
so
go
I will
ahead.
take a D4 in Bless from that attack.
Yep. That is enough. Awesome. So you make him pay. He thought he had knocked you down, you tiny night elf, but you lash out with your glaive. This very bloodied Hogger then races over to Sovash and swings that massive battle axe 2 times. I got a 20 and I got a 6, so only the 20 hit. Sovash, you take 6 points of slashing damage. And then it is Valania's turn. What are you doing, Valania?
I was going to try and keep him alive, but we can track him. We can track him down. Yeah, let's just finish him off.
Okay. Well, it is 5e, so you can kind of choose whether you kill the person or you stabilize him. With a character like this, he's a named character. I would let you try and stabilize him instead of kill him outright, if you like. Whether Valenia would want to do that or not.
Only 4 points of psychic damage? That's weak. +2 from the void. Oh, I didn't make my save before. I need to make sure I can use the void again.
Okay, and let me see here.
Oh, I can't use the void.
So then, well, let's see if he makes his save first here. So it's a wisdom save. He does have +2 to it. No, he fails. So he takes 4 points of psychic damage. Actually...
Yeah, you see this, like, swirling of purple energy around his head, and it, like, sinks into his skull.
So, yeah, so he, raced up, Daiwan, hits him a couple times, and he's, takes him out in one headbutt, races over towards you, thinks he's going to do the same, turns, you make him pay with the moonglaive, and as he digs into Sovash, you look at him, your eyes go like dark purple, and then Sovash, seeing this knoll that's probably about as big as you are, he goes in, and then suddenly his face just goes like dead and expressionless, and his knees give out, and he drops to the ground. Did you kill him, or is he unconscious, Valania?
We'll say he's unconscious, and then she'll be like, okay, we need to, like, tie him up.
All right.
If he's a wanted in these parts for taking everybody's stuff, I bet you he's got a lot of cool things.
I think, so, guys, with him down, I think what we'll end with is the sound of more cackling. Hogger may have been traveling at the front. His tribe is following up behind. So, let's end our session there. So, guys, so for those listening at home, thanks. Oh, Jeff Quimblesick, yeah. Thanks so much for joining us for this return to these heroes. We will be back to our Night Below campaign. If you're listening to this live, we'll be back to our Night Below campaign come next Wednesday. People were still caught up in holiday stuff and whatnot today, so we did not have our full group, and I think everyone kind of wanted to squeeze one last day of vacation time out of our holiday games as well, too. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session the game we ran tonight, the adventure, anything like that, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will... Let me turn this fucking music off, too. This particular track is a little tedious. Yeah, and I will also, if I haven't done so thus far, I will post a link to the rules that are on here. But you also can find there's a whole Discord. If you find this interesting, the rules interesting, and you want to track down more information, there is actually a Discord that is all about support for this particular fan-made creation. So you can find lots of information on there as well. Oh, nice. Okay, for a reminder for where we are. Let's see here. You also can find, if you want to talk about this on our Discord server, you can also find a link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active, and we have channels dedicated to most editions of D&D, including 5th edition, and a bunch of other great channels, including Finding a Group, including convention chat, setting up advice for setting up streaming or selecting between different virtual tabletops, discussions of a wide variety of games, including the things we run on the channel, and we have channels dedicated to everything we run on the channel as well. You can also find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can find me on by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. If you are listening to us live, once again, a very, very happy New Year to you. We hope that the holidays were as good as they could be, all things considered. We hope that if you are listening during the current pandemic, that this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. And we hope that you've enjoyed a couple of hours of our time in Azeroth, and hope that it gave you some time to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and the pending return to work and whatnot after the holidays. Yeah. What's that?
Don't mention that, Kevin.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, if... and I think that is kind of it. So I'm off my game as well, too, with the outro that never ends. So let me just end this then mercifully by saying a huge thank you to the players from today. So Jeffrey, Dave, and Hobbs, thanks so much for diving back in. We found ourselves down a bunch of players at really kind of the last minute, so we really threw these guys back into playing these heroes again. Really only for the second time, and you didn't create your heroes with a very, very little notice. So guys, I appreciate how well you role-played your characters, you played your characters. I hope you had fun returning back to Azeroth. I have a feeling that we should really return here a little more often, but nice. We'll have to ping the Looking for Group channel. Anyway, for those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us. And I apologize once again if you are joining us live for what happened in chat. I'm going to try and find a better way. It's the first time that's ever happened where we've had someone go rogue in chat. So I'll try. I appreciate, Hobbs, you catching that. And Dave, I think you were keeping an eye on that as well. Thanks to both of you guys for catching that. And for those listening at home, we'll make sure that that doesn't happen again. We'll keep the garden free of weeds. But until we see you again, again, I hope this finds you healthy and safe. I hope that you have a wonderful start to 2021. And until we see you again, happy gaming.